Hello, my wonderful Twitch viewers out there in internet land. We are the Black Winter Knights. I am Oliver, the Dungeon Master, beaming at you live from Wellington, New Zealand, little old Hobbiton, whatever. And we are here tonight to bring you our lovely game of D&D, which we really enjoy bringing to you guys. I would like to give a shout out to someone whose name is in my desk somewhere. Here it is. Oh, I should have remembered this. Nuzon, like totally, like Nuzon, yes.
My mate Isaac.
Isaac. Hey, Isaac.
Isaac.
Welcome. Thank you for following our channel. That's wonderful, Nuzon. Yes, we are now up to, I think it's 37 followers on the YouTube page, D20 Multiverse, and we're up to 27 on the Twitch. I was actually at my work, which is a Nerd Haven type store the other day, and I said to someone, hey, you should check out our channel, D20 Multiverse. And he looked at me and said, actually, my friend watches that. So, hey, we're totally famous. In terms of announcements, pretty much standard, same stuff. Check out our YouTube channel for reviews and recaps of Critical Role. Check it out for the Dragon Tavern, which is just us chatting about D&D. And of course, we have the other game, which I DM, which is called The Eyes of Alicia, that comes on the same channel. As always, check out Dave, our producers, and one of the players in the Sunday game. Check out Dave's Quest, which is his live stream of World of Warcraft. He does that nearly 5 times a week. It's absolutely brilliant. I do enjoy watching that. And check out my YouTube vlog, Enemy Planet, currently being renamed Oliver Adventures. So,
I don't know the name. We're debating about the name.
yeah, we're trying to figure out the name. Yes.
Shout out to Lincoln Case.
Lincoln Case in the house. How's it going? Raise the roof. I'm down with the kids. So, there was something else. I can't remember what. So let's just get into it.
Donation.
Oh, donations, thank you, yes. Game Mature, we'd like to give you another thanks. You send us another very kind donation, which is going towards our battle cam, so we can have a whole table dedicated to the battle maps. We're now up to like $21, which, you know, I will be quitting my job and retiring. But thank you, honestly, because that was lovely, and we love your little messages, and thanks for helping out the party in the Sunday game. They would have been a TBK without you. Much appreciated.
Yeah, it's like you're doing a stupid riddle.
It was only stupid because you couldn't figure it out.
Only stupid because you never did it
It
before,
was
and then all of a sudden it was like the hardest riddle in the world.
Oh, come on, it wasn't that difficult.
And then you gave us another hard riddle, and then you gave us another one.
The first riddle was easy. Sylvia's got that within like 30 seconds. Anyway, check out Eyes of Alicia for more of that. Which is
Next week in the newspaper when I murder Ollie.
Hey man, it's on the Twitch now. Can you guys just remember that in case it goes missing? We have like proof of that.
Oh, it's the new kind of commitment. Once it's on the Twitch, man.
But once they hear my excuse, I'm pretty sure I can.
Yeah. I'm sorry, why did you murder this man? Well, he's just kind of being annoying. Well, alright.
He was kind of a dick.
Oh, okay. I completely understand. Please, go on your way. Next case. So the first thing we'll do before we jump into the game is roll hit points, because everyone has just leveled up to level 4. We will start with Shiver, because you guys are ready to go.
Alright, D8. Where the fuck is the D8? It's over there.
I've got it over here.
Here we go.
Right. Oh, I get a high and mighty 3.
High and mighty 3. Plus your constitution modifier, add that to your total hit points.
Right.
Next up we'll do Gorstag, over on this side.
I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Woo! High 5!
I may have to readjust some things for tonight, okay? Add 2 plus your constitution modifier to your total maximum hit points. Let's go to Dain.
Alright, I've got a big D10. I rolled a 7 plus 2.
That's not bad, that's not bad. Add 9 to your total hit points. Let's go with Arkyan.
Alright, so a D6. 6.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 9 to your total hit points. Zook over on the side.
Also D6 plus 3, and it is a 6 as well.
Hey, that's
Now
what I'm
we're
talking about. Let's also go now to Fate, our rogue Tiefling.
Oh, so does that mean...
Yay!
If we already I got a 6 plus... I got 7 hit points!
Alright, and Fletch.
3.
3, okay, plus your con modifier.
2.
Add that to your total hit points. So everyone, welcome to level 4!
Yay!
Just move that way a little bit.
If we already took damage before we leveled up,
Yes.
do we then go to max hit points, or do we stay at the hit point we were at?
You will regain your hit points when you level up.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So we're now effectively all at max HP.
Correct.
Oh,
Yes. For now.
Give him time.
Okay, if everyone is ready, and we have your new spells and cantrips picked, you now have your new hit points.
do spell slots reset as well with the level?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Woo!
That is very handy.
Yes,
Essentially, as you found yourselves standing after the battle of the Grey Beach, where you'd helped King Hyle slay his men. You felt this, all of you, in the afterglow of victory, felt this rush, this surge of power. You felt the light of Palor. You felt the guiding of your ancestors. You felt the eye in your head throbbing. You felt the wondrous majesty that is tinkering inspire you to another level. You yourself, Shiver, felt the power of the unending moon beat in your own heart as it strengthens. And Fate, you just feel a bit sexier.
Picked up
Always, yeah.
and picked up the silvers off the floor, right?
Yeah,
So
he's
that-
picking up the she's picking up
Platinum,
the platinum.
alright?
Platinum. Sorry, same colour.
I get on the ground for shit that's worth it.
And Fletch, you
You feel
feel...
copper coin get down here.
There's
and
no
Fletch-
woman who lives on her knees.
Anywho, and Fletch, you feel your muscles turn to iron as you level up. So, we will begin now, if we may. I think we will start. Let's start with Shiver. In the forests, beneath the forests of Black Winter, where yourself and Fletch were on the tail of a flame attack
Yeah,
from a
a
red
dragon outside
dragon.
too. There's like a massive red dragon outside. Isn't
Yeah,
there?
there's a massive red
If
dragon
my
outside.
nightmares tell me correctly. Yeah, we've got a dragon outside.
Yeah, it would be war mage otherwise.
Alright.
So, you have left the Knight of the Forest behind you as you... Sorry guys, we can't have everyone talking because we've only got one mic. Sorry. You can write notes and text. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. I don't think it's just we have to do it. This is how we have to do it. So, you find yourself under the forest of Black Winter. Very cleverly, Shiver, you'd found yourself to where you'd met the true intentions of Nightshade Shadowside, the half-elven woman who had lured you into this underground goblin lair with a promise to find the Jewel of the Sun. However, instead you found the Amulet of the Dark Moons. She attacked you and intended for you to die beneath these forests. However, not only did you slay her, but you tamed her wolf, Captain, who then became your companion, although has been lost as of recently.
I'm pretty much unaware of all of that, aren't I?
Correct.
I'm like, you've just dragged me into a hole, and now there's a
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
It's just you and me in the heat, baby!
Yeah.
So you're
so much
now
about this hole.
maybe about 10-20 feet underground. You can still hear the occasional heavy footfall of the dragon. And occasional snarls.
How have we been sealed in? Like, is it a door?
It's just
is
a
it
trap
rock?
door.
It's a trap door.
Yes.
Just a trap.
I
like
had
a
rolled
wooden,
perception.
Convertible trap door.
It's a hidden wooden trapdoor.
hidden wooden
A
trap door.
hidden wooden trapdoor. The dragon's currently searched for you. Currently where you are, it's pitch black, unless you have night vision. I believe you do. Dark vision. Do you have dark vision?
No.
Then you are plunged into darkness at this time. You can hear the footsteps above you. What do you do?
I think I'm gonna just.
Yeah, I want to carry on down through calling
Fletch.
Fletcher with me.
Yeah.
And, well, first of all, produce flame and get some light in here.
The dimly lit room flickers with the light of the fire.
I want to carry on down through,
Yeah.
remembering that there is another entrance further away down the other
Yes,
end of the
correct.
tunnel, of the, what would you call it? The
lair.
structure. The lair.
It was a goblin lair.
Goblin lair, right. So I call over to Fletch. Come on,
Okay.
come on, there's another exit, we can sneak.
You're way too confident about this place, Gnome.
Been here before.
Right. With a dragon outside.
Now you hear and dust rattles from the roof and scatters down upon you.
Okay, are these walls stone or dirt?
They
or
are stone.
Root? It's stone.
The roof has wooden beams that have been carved in a dome shape to make them a bit stronger for things that are above there.
Okay.
The earth's coming down, but does it look like the structure's pretty safe?
The structure is bending with each time you hear it.
Right, okay, no. So,
Shiver, I
Fletch,
don't trust the structural integrity of this.
let's get out, it's not far, it's just down here through a couple of doors.
Uh-huh.
It'll take us a little bit away from the dragon, maybe enough to be able to actually get away.
Sounds good.
Do either
Alright.
of you speak Draconic?
No.
Then you hear Gorstag, Gorstag echo through the halls, and a couple of the wooden beams splinter.
Alright.
However, Shiver
Carry on quickly.
moves
That worm
at top
is
speed.
That thing is pissed like hell.
Does it know you?
I don't think so, but it's a dragon.
Can you
Who
both
knows what it
please make
knows?
an Arcana check?
Whack. Oh, crap.
Can someone... Here we go.
It feels better than one.
Sorry. That was supposed to be like a dick
I got
save.
Yeah,
and you just
yeah,
whacked it.
right.
The black one's the one I chose before I rolled.
9.
Okay. Alright, fine. Continue on then.
Alright, I rolled a 1.
Nothing comes to mind. Okay.
So No such thing as Arcana.
Right, let's just get us.
Let's just carry on. Let's just get out of
Does
here.
this take us deep into the forest? Where does it take us?
It's a short passage. We were originally trying to, I say as I'm trying to usher him along, and I tell him the story of
Nightshade Shadowsire.
Nightshade Shadowsire, the treacherous. So she had, she was looking for power. She was looking for her own power. She had a necklace which gave her an extra, I don't know, boosted her natural abilities or something like that. But she hired us when we were coming into Neverwinter originally to come and find this thing. We helped her along. She seemed really innocent. Put it on, hair changes colour, and boom, place went nuts. This is where it was. But we defeated her, thankfully. I managed to free one of her wolves, and yeah, became quite good friends with it. Right here.
The sorcerer still lives?
No, she's dead. She's gone.
She was human?
Half elf.
Half elf.
Okay.
And she was slain. In fact, as you travel, you find yourself in a familiar room. You find yourself staring at the same shadows that had come to life in the form of the wolf that now stands by your side, at least metaphorically. And the slumped over rotted corpse of Nightshade Shadowsire. Her face not nearly as beautiful as it once was.
Wow.
She's pretty ugly now.
Yeah. She doesn't age well.
However, it does mean that you're near the other end of this trapdoor.
Can I use some Druidcraft to make all the mushrooms and things that are around here just like bloom?
Ooh, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So,
Take
from,
that, bitch. Right.
as her lifeless, rotted, dreary, dripping face
Fungal disc.
kind of lolls back as this mushroom just grows out of her mouth and blooms
Beautiful.
from her skull.
Anyway, let's
Some of
carry
her
on.
teeth
Oh,
fall out.
actually, you know how they used to, there was the original corridor that we went down because we entered from the other end originally, and there was the shooting holes on either side.
Yes.
We never actually checked those through.
Right.
Does it look like we've got like half a minute?
At this point, you do hear from echoing through the beams and through the dirt and through the earth, very distinct.
Okay, so
And-
no.
However, you now hear,
As in sound of wings?
Yeah.
yes, fading into the distance.
I don't trust the idea it's gone. I think it's
No,
just
neither do I.
sitting on a tree or a mountain, a hill. It's out there. It's
Yeah.
still out there.
Yeah. At the very least, I would like to check just these sides because we never actually looked for them before. So there might be something interesting in there. Either way,
These are tunnels we haven't been down yet.
in theory, they're small.
In theory.
In theory, they're small.
Okay.
Um,
I take out my short sword and hand crossbow.
Yep, you're
Right.
locked and loaded.
Yeah.
so, can I see obvious entrances to these side passages where they...
No, you do not see an obvious way to get in through here. Basically, you're looking through two slits about that big. Make a perception check. First roll of the night. Second roll. Second roll? I don't know.
Third roll? You didn't roll.
Something.
18.
17 and 18. Okay, cool. So using what little light you have, you manage to peer through these holes. Essentially, you find a lot of crudely made arrows, bows, crossbows, and the like. However, you do not see a way to get into these rooms. There are small bits of goblin armor, again, not very nicely constructed or anything like that. A few crates. And yeah, the other side of both of these rooms, it's essentially dirt. It looks like these rooms have not been finished.
Right, okay. It doesn't look like there's anything like stashed in a corner or anything.
There
other
are a
than just,
couple
like,
of crates.
bases. There are a couple of crates?
You don't know what's in them.
Alright. The walls are still stone or are they more dirty kind of thing?
It goes from stone where you're looking through,
Yeah.
which continues to the back room, and the back room is dirt that's been kind of dug out. You can see a couple of spades and stuff. Looks
Yeah.
like they were extending this and hadn't finished it.
Okay. So would I be able to get through the crack that I can see or is it just literally a...
Oh, it's literally this big. So
Right,
if you
okay.
could using
Okay.
your druid abilities.
Is there one on either side or is it just one?
There's one on either side.
And both of them look like they lead to somewhere else?
Yeah, you can't easily through the little windows see how to get into these rooms.
Does
Mostly
that look like
it's-
they've been purposely sealed off? Or as in with the idea of like a barricade? Or just simply not, the pathways just...
it's just simply not in sight.
Shall we... Do you want to stay and actually have a look around? There could be some interesting stuff in there.
Yeah, well if this is a place where other areas are supposed to come off, I'd like to have a check around the stone and the stonework and just make sure it looks like there haven't been any other areas that have maybe concealed ways to get out of this area? Other passageways that have maybe been finished and then concealed?
Absolutely.
Make an
Investigation.
investigation.
Yep. I'm going around looking for secret doors at the same
Okay,
time.
Okay.
7.
7.
Green.
You find nothing.
Green for investigation,
Yes.
for looking for secret doors.
Did you roll 2 dice then?
I did with saying which one I was using beforehand. It just feels nicer to roll 2 at the
I
same
heard
time.
about the same thing. Or something.
19.
19, okay.
Investigation.
Fletch goes about padding walls and such. Shiver, you do much the same. You do find heavy stone. You can kind of put your hands a little bit through there. Heavy stone. It's all part of the wall opens up.
Excellent. Okay, so that's 1 found. Okay, so with trepidation and caution,
Yeah.
I want to have a look
It's a
around on the
tiny
inside.
goblin-sized door.
Yeah, I'm tiny
You're
and goblin
nine.
size, that's
Yep.
fine. So I walk through my full height and just cautiously have a look and see what I can see.
Excellent. You hear another click. Make a dex save.
Right, yay! 5.
Was I significantly behind him, or am I in the same place to make a dex save?
No, he's entered the room
He's
now.
moving in the room.
You take 4 points of poison damage as
Oh, shoot.
a small dart hits your neck. Back to the rest of the party. So, you guys find yourself on the beach of the Grey Beach, having helped Hyle slay all of Arthur's men who had laid siege to this beach. Under the word of Hyle, he had said that he had intercepted a message and that Arthur was bringing a whole bunch of weapons for his troops via this route, which they thought, that Arthur had thought was unwatched. However, he was wrong. Hyle and his men had prepared a surprise attack, and once they were within range, with your help, and especially with Arkyan's flame that set the ships ablaze, you managed to very quickly, especially with Hyle's army, very high level of military skill, wiped out all of Arthur's men. Hyle had then told the party that this is only one of many battles that shall be fought this day, and you had agreed to follow him into the ruins, the Black Stone ruins, which some of you remember, some of you have heard stories of in your youth, of the terrible witch that lives within those walls, the one that cackles and breaks your mind with his laughter. You'd agreed to go with him, and that's where you wandered into Gorstag. I thought I'd pronounce your name just like Gorstag, yeah? Is that... Just change the emphasis a little bit.
My French brother.
Yeah. You found your way in, and had seen the spectral, horrible image of this man with rotted skin and black veins just throwing up black blood and maggots. As he brings his face closer to yours, that's where you begin, as he just...
I would like to see that.
Okay. Gorstag, I need you to make a... oh, no, I had you made this last time, so don't worry. There was a chance to be feared, but I remember last session you brought a nat 20
Yeah,
on
that's
your
right,
save.
yeah.
So you currently stand with the light of Palor, unafraid of this spectre. The rest of you see Gorstag take a step back, and you see this figure, hooded, rotted, maggots just dropping from his mouth.
Does it look undead or something? Can I roll the
Yes.
I mean, I want
Actually,
to try to
it's
figure
quite
out what
healthy,
it is.
right? Yeah. He's just coming out. He's clearly happy. No, you can.
Okay.
Happy.
I have all of them in the roll +5, so
Wow.
that's 12.
Okay, yes, he is undead.
Okay.
He looks like a zombie. Classic zombie style.
You know what to do,
Yeah.
Dain and Gore.
I would like to attack him with my knights, please.
Cool, roll to hit.
I'm going to calibrate him too.
That is a 15.
So, upon seeing this horrible figure getting close to Gorstag, and you can't smell it, but there are maggots for him in his mouth. He takes a step back, changes his mind, draws his weapon, takes steps forward. You swing, woof, and right through, woof, and his image fades. Kyle turns back to you guys. What's the hold up?
An illusion, a trick. We're already in the maze.
Oh. Good. He pulls out a couple of swords. He puts his great sword away and draws a long sword in each hand. Let's continue. And he just starts disappearing into the darkness.
Hold up.
He stops.
Perhaps charging is not the best idea in a maze.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
But I want to hunt. I can feel him near.
Who can you feel near?
Can't you feel it?
I can't feel anything.
That tremor. Oh, that beat. The thrill. Battle's coming.
Can I roll perception along the walls? Did we see hooded figures there at the end of last
You
day?
did. Yes, you can.
Can I roll some insight on
19.
I'm not very good at this. But can I try some insight on Heil after this?
What's your bonus?
Just +1.
Okay. So, yes. Looking around the tops of these walls, again, these walls have crumbled quite a lot, but a lot of it still stands. You do see small shifts of just figures cloaked in black.
Do they look corporeal?
Yes.
Yes.
As much as you can discern
see
from the
them.
nighttime. Yeah.
Right.
As for you, Heil does seem generally aroused by this idea that there's battle is about to commence.
Okay, so I don't think he's been like enchanted or something. He just
Doesn't-
seems more angry
Doesn't
than
seem
usual.
like it. Correct.
Okay.
How
I
far
see.
away are the hooded figures?
So they're quite far. So they're on either side of the main walls of this place.
Right.
So maybe 60 feet on each side.
Do they look like they're crouched for an ambush, or do they look like they're just kind of watching us?
They look more like they're watching. They're standing on these walls. They don't seem to have any weapons drawn. However, now you do find yourselves slightly deeper into this place, and you're correct. There are walls and bits of houses. Not sure if they're houses, but structures at least that have been broken down a small part. However, this place is an expanse. Around you at this point, the walls are quite small. But they kind of build up more as it gets deeper, and as it gets deeper, you see a lot more channels and pathways.
Is Heil still in view?
Yes, he's turned back to wait, but he's got a sword in his hand.
Can I ask him who or what we're looking for here?
Well, word came to my ears. Great power fighting along our side,
The Dark One.
the dark one.
You think he's here?
I know it. I can taste it.
In the apparition that I saw before, is it any distinguishing objects?
Object?
Like jewellery, anything on the apparition?
No. Yeah. Thinking about it, you just see one of the most terrifying faces you've seen. The sunken eyes, the bits of bone showing along here. It's the kind of face you would not be surprised if spiders just started crawling out of its eyes. But you do not see any kind of magical artifact or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. The night is ringing around you. Occasional bird song. Stars are bright, although clouds are gathering.
Is there... Perhaps we should keep in mind there might also be an option of negotiating with this entity. This witch has been here for thousands of years, or
You're saying it
since
out loud?
Yeah, I do.
Heresy!
Fair enough.
So I cut you off and then I'll start striking.
Oh,
Cool.
Paladin, right.
Heil now picks up alongside you, and you find your way further into this place. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm following along.
I'll walk forward. Actually, can I perch on your shoulder?
Yes.
Tiny. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to point to my cut on my hand and remind you that that's there, because we'll probably
Right.
need that.
Cool. Okay, so Zook on Dain's shoulders, his strong paladin shoulders, and the rest of you make your way deeper into this stonework. Fate.
I whisper to Zook and I say, if you're talking about heresy, perhaps the man who summoned demons to our world is not someone you should be following at the same time.
Fate, I need you to make a straight Constitution save.
Yay! I have like such
You're tweaking your moral
Oh,
compass.
13?
13.
How's that? Good.
As you're walking, I assume slightly more stealthily than some of your compadres, you see just a shift right outside your peripheral vision. As you turn, you can see the face of a man who's had his skin removed, essentially. You see exposed muscle and just blood that kind of pours from behind it, just dripping from his chin. He reaches up and grabs the side of your head with his skinless arm and just leans in close. Yeah. And just leans in close and, just and blood just splatters.
Can I reactionary just kick him in the balls?
Yeah, sure. And your
Brings
foot,
down every zombie. Kick him
your
in the
foot
nuts.
goes right through him, and he fails.
Over these illusions, guys! You, and you stop them.
Did the hand feel solid?
No, it did not. But this thing
that's
just came to
good.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what we're going to be killing. We don't know if they're going to make one of us look like this thing. How can we not
See an
these
improvement for some of
things?
us.
We are going to need tests. There are definitely... it may be the very environment that summons up these creatures. It may not be some sort of person in particular.
Alright.
Just throw stones and things at them. If they vanish...
As you're having this conversation, you want to make a dex save.
If someone approaches you, kick them in the balls.
Ooh, 6.
16.
8.
8.
Oh, even with those low rolls, somehow you hear there's a whole bunch of arrows right into where you're standing, sticking out of the ground. Arkyan, you see that the figures on the walls now have arrows drawn.
I'd like to dive behind something and fire back.
Cool. Roll some stealth, I assume, and
Yes.
then some roll it.
Okay, stealth didn't work. That was 8.
Sadly, at this point, there's not much around.
They got us.
The bigger expanse.
In order to try and hit them, I got an 11.
Cool. An arrow loosens, but it's dark and it seemingly passes next through them. Yes.
Can I mage hand and try and pick up an arrow, see if it's physical?
Yes.
What happens?
It's real. It's a real arrow.
Okay, they're definitely real arrows.
Should we move deeper inside?
Greetings, hooded ones.
Nice.
Anything?
One of them steps off the wall and falls about 50 feet and just lands without even too much of a shock. Just and starts walking towards you, arrow drawn. What brings you here?
What brings you here?
You come here often?
We defend the Dark One.
You defend the Dark One, or you isolate the Dark One?
We look for his best interests.
Ah, okay.
So the Dark One's here with you. You're defending him right now.
Perhaps I may answer that. As steps forward from the shadows, we now see as a man in white and gold robes hands out ablaze with fire.
White and gold robes?
Yeah,
Like the gold cloaks?
not especially.
Not especially?
No.
Okay.
Maybe I would answer that for you.
Can I arrow at him?
Okay, go for it.
Good save.
17?
Okay.
You have very sparkly robes for someone who calls himself the Dark One.
Before we roll initiative, back to you two.
You have all the guesses.
So you guys find yourself, Zook, just taking a bit of poison damage in this room. However, you are now through the door that you managed to find concealed within these tunnels.
Alright, I want to have a good look around, see what I can find. What's being cautious?
Fletch.
Is it actually just a...
Doors about that.
Yeah, do I hear a little yelp from him as he gets hit by something?
That's up to you.
Probably.
Probably, yes. You hear a distinct gnomish cry of pain.
Okay.
Probably hear like the whelping of a dog.
As he's crawled through this hole, was he holding the light that was allowing me to see?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm now plunged back in the darkness with a little bit of light coming through the...
Correct. You can now just see
Okay.
the slight orange, whitey glow flicker through the small doorway.
Okay,
But looking around, you
I say in my loudest, quiet voice. Shiver, I can't see. The further you go, and I can't see. I can't really follow you at this point.
Alright, I turn back and have a look at the little goblin-sized hole thing.
Mhm.
Can you crawl through? Is it bigger on
you can
outside?
just crawl through.
Can I get my gear there, through there as well?
You'll have to
I'm wearing, like-
remove some stuff to get through
Yeah.
this.
My impression is this is just a small room. So if
Okay.
you want, you can wait like 2 seconds, I'll have a look around, come back and tell you and see if there's like the crate there and what's in it.
Okay.
All cool?
Okay.
Okay.
If something jumps out at you, just know I'm going to be in the background going, get him, man.
Something jumps out at me, I'm gonna jump right back.
All right, I
As you
position
say this-
myself at the hole whereby I can get a line on it with my crossbow
Yeah.
through the hole.
So essentially, the room you're in now is quite narrow. It's essentially a hallway, and the two slits here,
Yeah.
which you assume is where they would loose arrows through.
Oh, okay.
And the doorway is in that wall, like there. So
Right.
there's not a lot of room here
Right.
to back up against,
Okay.
but you could go further down and then aim it at the hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could aim at the hole.
Yeah,
so
but
so
you
I'm
wouldn't be
gonna
able
hand
to face it like head on. You'd have to go to the side.
I'd have to go to the side of it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't quite understand that physically.
Okay,
Can
so
you
you've got
explain
a corridor like this.
Yep.
And behind these walls, that's where the gnome is.
Yep.
And the door to that
it? The gap that he got through
is inlaid in that wall.
is laid in the side wall.
Right.
So I'm in a corridor.
Correct.
He's got through a small passage
Yes.
that leads
that's it.
into a side room.
Stone wall either side.
Yep.
With the small, large enough for arrows, and ground is kind of stone and dirt and a little bit of vines. Make a dex save.
Okay, is there light coming through?
Yeah,
Is
sure.
his light still making it through the hole that he crawled through, or did he go through quite a way?
It's not a huge room, so
Okay.
you can still kind of see, and especially through that slit at the top, you just see
Okay.
the dancing light of fire kind of as he moves around.
Considering it's a small room, can I actually see where the borders of the room are? That
Yes.
there's no other entrances or exits from it? Just that one?
Well, first make a dex save.
Again?
Yeah.
Green. I believe that's a 6.
Cool.
No, it's not. It's a 7. Level up.
You see something come out from the shadows, and you try and dodge, but you don't, as this bat just bites you on the ear and flies away.
No, Fluffy. I call to the bat and tell him to come back.
Can I fire on the bat?
You can.
Yep.
Roll it.
Yeah, that's a 20.
Cool. Roll damage. Was that a nat 20?
No, 13.
Modified.
Yeah.
Cool. Roll damage.
Can I get a d6 then?
Oh yeah, sorry. That's the square one, isn't it? Yeah.
That's the square.
Just give me some of those.
4 points of damage.
The bat stops flying and sinks to the ground.
I'll have some next week.
We've got plenty of sets you can borrow. It's no problem.
As for you, roll investigation.
Yes. Investigation.
Ooh, these are nice.
10.
Cool. Yeah, you find generally a lot of crude weapons, a lot of crude armor. In the crates, you find a lot of herbs.
I am taking those herbs.
Cool. So you've
Are they herbs? Are they herbs?
Roll nature.
Nature? That's green. That is 18.
Cool. You're now in the possession of a decent amount of dream leaf. You see that this was not the dream leaf was not in a readily accessible place. It was more in the personal stores and stashes of the people that obviously work in this room.
I feel like you're trying to turn us all into stoners on this.
Just a little bit at a time.
Okay,
I called through the hole. Shiver, can you find that quarrel if it killed that bat? I'm just trying to conserve ammo.
Did I see where it went? I'll have a look around for it.
Yeah, sure.
Black investigation in the dark. Oh, fuck. 9?
You have no idea where it's gone.
Right.
It clattered away.
It clattered. I think it's in the room.
Okay, so clatter means not getting quarrel back, right?
At this point, I think so.
Yeah.
Could I take 10 to find the coral?
Yes.
Okay. So
You do eventually.
Okay. Cool.
But
Awesome.
you have spent about now 5-10 minutes looking for it.
Yeah. Okay. At this point, do we hear anything still about the dragon?
No.
Nothing
Silence.
else? Okay. Cool. All right. So there was some stuff in there, but nothing useful. Do you want to go check out the other one, or do you want to just try and get out of here and away from the dragon?
Dude, we need to get away from the dragon. Why would that not be our priority?
Because we're technically kind of safe here since it's not attacking anymore.
Yeah, true, and you did just score some...
From Dreamleaf. You want some Dreamleaf?
Yeah. Let's just hotbox the crypt. It's a dragon. I know, and he's huge.
The views of those players
We need
like
like
the match
views.
do not necessarily represent the entire console.
Actually, it makes
Just 50% of it.
Oh,
Also,
awesome!
bring your hit points back.
Back up. Thank you.
Don't give the dragon the munchies. It's not a good idea.
And Cheech and Chong style. You guys hotbox. You guys have a 4-hour conversation about toads.
I gotta go get my wolf, man.
Oh, totally. Everybody needs a wolf, dude.
Alright.
What do you guys do?
Right, so I carry on.
FYI, if you did actually smoke that, that's +1 to wisdom, -1 to intelligence for an hour.
Okay.
Let you actually smoke that.
Wait, because you put that's hilarious.
I like how you anti-drugs and all of a sudden give them perks.
and penalties.
Right, so I want to carry on and find the end of
Sure.
the tunnel and find
You,
the other exit.
Your knowledge of this place is very well, and that you don't even need to roll. I trust, from what you've said so far, that you remember this place well enough to find the other trapdoor.
Okay, excellent, good. So at that point, what I want to do, and this might be,
I'll let you know.
yeah, pushing things a little. What I want to get is, well, no, basically what I want is like a blind sense above.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a bit much. Okay, so I'm gonna creak open the trapdoor.
It makes a horrible sound.
Yeah.
You're now, I assume, just eyes peering out from this crack.
Yeah.
You see forest, a little bit of starlight, and that's it.
Okay. Can't see anything so far. Heading further.
You're the one with dark vision, dude. Is it day or night outside?
It's nighttime
It is
outside.
really night.
It's
isn't
getting
it?
closer to dawn,
heavily night.
But it's maybe 1 in the morning.
Oh man, it's
Two
miles
in the
away from dawn. Okay.
How long have we been here?
In this Underground?
Yeah.
I'd say half an hour to an hour.
Okay, so that messenger that was coming back with the information to Thromin about where the current fighting pits are,
Yes.
would he likely have already gone by?
Thromin had said that the time was not exact, but it's still within the window that he gave you. Yes,
Yeah.
it's possible that you've missed it, but it's also possible that
Okay, cool. Good.
he has not arrived yet.
So, I want to go and find this messenger so that I can find out where the fighting pits are and get my wolf back.
Okay.
Um,
How did you lose this wolf?
I went back in time.
Yeah, that's going to lose a few things.
The wolf
Apparently,
didn't
I
go
lost
there.
my tongue, but I can't remember.
Yeah, you going? No, let's not even go there. Knowledge of the future is a bad thing.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Okay, right. So
how can
don't-
I support you in your search for this wolf?
at the moment, we just need to see whether or not the messenger is around.
Why is the wolf valuable to us at this point?
Oh, you get a death stare from the druid.
I'm just saying, we've got time issues at the moment. I mean, like serious time issues, like not even time management. Well, they are arguably time management. This wolf is going to help us get back.
Do you want to save a party member, or do you not want to save
Okay.
a party member?
Party member, all right.
It's my party member.
As the earliest joined member to the party, I say we save the wolf.
Fletch, you see in Shiver a coldness and harshness that you've not yet seen as he talks about his wolf. Very attached to this thing.
Okay. I'm a ranger. I get it. Animals rock.
He says with blunt
Yeah.
hands.
I had
You're
this
so
dog
furry.
once. It could read my mind, man.
We love
Kept looking
furries.
at me like I was a sandwich. God, I wish I was a sandwich.
All right.
I don't know. I don't eat drugs.
So,
Can I make a charisma check with my terrible charisma and try
Yeah.
and apologise to
You sure can.
Shiv?
You sure can.
3.
you offend me more. All right. All right. So, don't have any oil or anything on me. So let's.
Sorry. Got an image of you stripping down. Right, oil. Let's have a have a smoke and have a massage. So we get from. No,
All right.
All
So
right. What are your tactics? Where do we need to go? The fighting pits? Did you say?
no, it was. Well, we need to find out where the fighting pits are. I don't even know if this messenger has been and gone yet. I just want to be in the right place to be able to see whether or not he's passing by. He's coming up from the south. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So I want to get in sight of the south passage. It's a good 12. I want to get in sight of the south road. I want to see what's going on there. I want to find this messenger. Also, that is one of the few people around who's still loyal to Thromin.
Okay, in light of travelling in darkness, it's going to be really hard for me. Okay, unfortunately, my human capacities are going to hold us back at this point. I normally hide up a tree during the night and then move during the early morning, just pre-dawn.
Alright.
FYI, Thromin, who was with you at the time of the dragon attack, had not followed you down this thing. One of the last things you saw was him darting into the forest.
Alright. So that's the other thing, is we need to go and find him as well. Do not have... how long does it take? Do you have to rest before you can change your spells?
Change them? Oh,
Yeah, like when you
long
rest, you
long
can...
rest.
A long... Damn it. Okay. Okay. What we could do is head into the forest, see if we can find Thromin, let you stay with him. That way you guys can stay safe. I can head back as a scout and see if the messenger passes by. Other thing is,
You're happy moving around here by yourself? There's
this
a
is my
dragon.
forest. This is where I grew up.
With a dragon.
I'm sneaky. I'm small.
Okay, confident gnome.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sorry,
So
I
you
was going to
find-
come up with a
find
comeback,
Thromin?
but didn't.
You find Thromin,
Thromin.
and
Mhm.
then I stay with him. You locate the messenger,
Mm-hmm.
and then together we try and find these fighting pits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is, yep. You
the
happy?
plan has been
Okay,
made.
Cool. Good.
Back to you guys. So, a man steps forward in golden white robes. You can see his eyes are a tinge of red and black. He's got one red iris, one black iris. His hair is kind of like slicked back, and it comes to 2 points in black. It looks like he's wearing too much hair gel. Obviously, that is not a thing that exists yet in its form, but it's what it looks like. Grease, exactly. And just he steps forward,
No, it's not.
hands out and fire, but as he approaches, the fire quells, and he stands instead and looks around the party. You've entered upon my domain. Why?
Are you this ancient cackling witch we're hearing so much about?
Certainly.
It's kind of a half-hearted cackle. Okay.
Where's Hyle at the moment? Is he here or is he taken off?
Hyle is here.
So you can see this dude.
He is stepping forward, sword in hand, probably not far from attacking.
I'll cast protection from evil on Hyle.
Okay, cool. Dain sees this as Hyle steps forward, eyes fixed on your new friend. Dain sees this and immediately just puts his hand, and this beautiful flutter of arcane comes and just shimmers around Hyle.
Divine rather than arcane.
Divine, sorry, yes, my mistake. Divine flutter. You can kind of see these, what look almost like tiny butterflies, swimming now around Hyle, leaving these trails of silver dust as they do. Hyle kind of senses this, and he just runs forward. He's going to attack. Everyone roll initiative.
Ooh, 21.
Hang on. Okay. That does not work. Okay.
This is awesome. It's been like 4 games since I've had an attack roll.
Sorry. Right. Okay, 15 to 20. Or 20 to 25.
21.
Nice. Okay, 15 to 20. 10 to 15.
14.
11.
14.
Mm-hmm.
11.
Yep.
Yep, okay.
8.
8. And?
1.
Oh, okay. So, yes. Hyle steps forward with his 2 longswords. He's going to multi-attack. Okay. He brings from Hyle, flushed with battle, steps forward from the darkness, receives Dain's blessing, and in one foul swoop, as this guy is facing you, Hyle is coming up from behind, and he just brings his sword down on an axe, which cuts deep through this guy's back as he immediately falls to one knee and turns around. Hyle just stands smiling, blood dripping from each sword. The guy on the ground is quite badly injured. Fate. No, sorry, Arkyan.
Cool.
You're up.
Sorry, the guy looked quite badly injured, did you say?
He's fallen to the ground.
And the other hooded figures, are they still around?
Yes, they've moved back.
Yeah.
Neither of them are holding weapons.
Do they look ready to attack, or are they just watching?
They seem to be watching.
Alright. In that case, I will do a magic missile on...
Roll to hit. So Arkyan, upon seeing his foe weakened, immediately summons the arcane from around him, forms it into this coalesce of energy, this ball in front of him, and shoots it out.
Automatically hits.
Sails through, hits this guy in the chest,
For 12 damage.
hits him here, and you see it glow brightly as it burns through the flesh, and you see it go right into his chest, and out the back. You just see this hole, and the guy just falls dead.
That was...
Hyle wipes his blades and puts them away, kicks the body. Thank you, friend. Couldn't have done it without you.
I'm sure you would have managed. This seemed way easier than Lord Asa's, key guy should be skilled.
He's an arcane user. They hide behind spells and enchantments. No offense. Appreciate it.
Any idea where those other 2 guys went? Because I'd
Well,
like
they're,
to...
they're just standing there watching us.
Nope, not anymore. You turn and look, and they're gone.
Did we see where they went?
Roll not investigation, perception.
I'd like to not leave them wandering around.
Surely this was just a test.
No, this is 19 on perception.
Go.
I got 18.
Oh, what? Perception.
Yeah, if you wanted.
13.
Cool. You do see just the tails of cloaks further into the structure.
Yeah.
Could I examine the body?
Yeah, sure. Go for it. Investigation.
Beat you to it, Fate.
Just like a 4.
4. No.
Can I as well?
Yeah, sure. Anyone that wants to loot the body,
11?
please. Go for it.
That one.
Okay.
What are you rolling in the editing?
Investigation.
Alright, 15.
Okay. Cool. He seems to be carrying very little. Almost nothing. Just his weapons.
But from all of that, it looks like a normal handbags. You know, we think it's a normal body basically based on.
Is he human or?
Yeah, he was human.
Yeah.
You see that some of his flesh is blackened, and some of his veins are too. It looks like he's been dead for a while.
Alright, I cut his head off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Fate studies. You guys watch her do this. She kind of thinks, and just in one swoop, cuts the head, and it just kind of rolls forward a little bit.
You also press the advantage and go deeper.
Hyle goes and picks up the head, drops it, and boot kicks it. Well, you said you'd help me, and I said I'd pay you if you did. Seems that we have concluded our business. What would you like in terms of reward?
I want to cast Fireball at the corpse.
Okay.
Just to
Come on.
set it on fire and burn it down. There's nothing left.
It goes into fire, it goes into flame. The skin hardens and crackles like pork scratching, and eventually turns to ash over bone.
I address Hyle and I say, we are in a conundrum. We need magic users and artifacts. Do you have you must have people like that in your employ that we could speak to.
One or two. However, they're back at Stormforce.
Okay. And you're happy leaving those two randoms running around through this? You're not going to bother you at all?
Probably stray archers or something, not a great threat.
I mean, for a couple more platinum, we could certainly take care of the issue for you.
I like this one. My next plan of attack. Return to Stormforce, gather some of my army, and try once again to take Blackwinter. As he's saying this, a bird flies past him and he catches it in the air. Takes off a small note, packs it away, throws the bird with discord. So, would you like to join me and we will talk payment?
I still think this was way too easy.
I think these ruins warrant investigation.
I agree.
Yeah.
We found the Witch King, we slayed the Witch King.
Well, how do we know it's him?
Yeah, we already saw illusions on the way in here. We want to be sure before we leave.
He could have simply been a thrall.
This was Asa's secret weapon?
Asa puts his faith in the wrong people. He addresses Ugor. He picks up a bone and poof, hits you over the head with it. Did that feel real?
Yes, I'll concede that. But
Mic drop with the bone.
Full bone drop.
When are you planning to head out from this location? It's still dark, isn't it? It's still nighttime?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hyle, when are you planning to leave? Are you going to camp for a spell?
I'd rather not stay out in the open. I'd rather be back within the walls I can, for now, call my own.
I think the midst of a maze is pretty much as far out of the open as you could get.
It's a fair point. Roll persuasion.
8.
But I must return to my stronghold.
Can I I want to assist you in somehow.
we can stay and investigate without Hyle. We can just meet him back at Stormford.
Yeah.
He takes a coin,
That one.
quite an ornate coin, and flicks it to you. Make a dex save, see if you can catch it.
9.
Clatters to the ground. Gore goes, that'll at least get you through my gates.
Excellent.
He cracks, and you hear like each one of his knuckles just pop, 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 pop. Time for wine and
roll
meat.
inside on him.
Yeah, what's your bonus?
+2.
Cool. Oh, that's a D12, not a D20. Cool. Yeah, he's happy with himself. He's happy that he's completed his task and he's going home to enjoy some chicken and wine.
He fully looks like Lord Hyle. There's nothing off about him. As far as
There's
we can
something off about him, but that's his personality.
see.
It's just been a weirdo.
Yeah.
My liege, we are happy to stay here and clear out this maze for you of Lord Arce's scum. We will come and meet you in the castle if this is agreeable to you.
I like you. You know, you guys have good military minds. Very well. Take your rest, take your investigations. If you do find the ones in the cloaks, bring me their heads. My dogs are always hungry. And he disappears, he just walks.
Try and hold on to Stormforce long enough for us to make it there this time.
Make a dex save.
I back away from him.
A rock. From the darkness. I heard that! as he disappears.
You were supposed to.
So Hyle's currently in Stormforce.
Oh, he's heading towards it, at least.
I'm going to head up to Fate and whisper to him, next time when you hear him, slip some of my blood in his mouth.
I do have a vial of it, okay.
That's what I was thinking as well. Like, who here thinks that we just freed whatever was taking over this body that's now gone into Lord Hyle?
I think it was the puppet. I don't know about freeing anything, but there's definitely more going on.
He was possession immune thanks to protection from evil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not very good. Alright, well, shall we press on and go in the direction that we saw those guys go?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, which one are you going to follow? Because they both
Oh, they
disappeared on either end.
Let's split now.
Let's follow unknown figures into a maze.
Search for clues.
Yeah, shall we...
Flop coin?
Does anyone have a good idea on how we find our way back out of the base?
Have a crap ton of twine and some rope.
We could easily leave scratches in the side of the wall. It's probably magic. There'll be
Gaul
something to.
Gaul wonderfully found you by tracking the object.
Yeah.
Could you do
I mean, that's a direction though, and if it's a maze, I mean, like, we'll probably be able to tell the beach or whatever is in that direction,
Yeah.
but it's just how
Through
we
the
get there
wall.
would be the problem. But I do have a look out on it.
Sorry?
How high are the walls?
So the outer walls are the ones that stand the highest, maybe 100 feet up. The other walls do vary. So sometimes, it'll come right down where you can step over, and sometimes it'll be 50 feet up.
Unscalable, essentially.
And what?
Unscalable?
Without tools, yeah.
I say we pick one and go for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as I'm now feeling significantly stronger than last game, perhaps one of us could levitate up to the top of the walls and kind of survey this maze.
Yeah, we could do that. So are we currently inside a boxed fortress?
Okay, so,
like large walls or?
The outside walls are actually more of a circle.
Mhm.
Not exactly, but more of. Currently, you're not that far in. Like, it's fairly decent, but most of the walls have, not that high. Maybe this high at the most.
Oh wow.
The further you go, the less damaged. It looks like whatever broke most of these walls came down, broke all the ones we currently stand, and the rest of it has just been ravaged by time.
Is there currently roofs, or are they
No.
open to the sky so we could levitate and look?
It does look like further on, there are sections that have roofs, but currently where you are, it's just walls.
This might be a dumb question, but like, it's.
Do puppies have Christmas?
That's a nice question, actually. I like that. But like, this place has been intentionally built as a maze, right? It's not just like an old ruin of a castle or something that's just fallen into disrepair, and it's maze-like because we don't know the way to go.
Do you want to roll, anyone that wants to roll history? Because,
17.
Let's say 750.
10.
Cool. Zook, you do know that maybe 500 years after the Age of Dragons, people that this essentially did stand as a castle that was designed to keep people out through the use of complex tunnels and such. Whereas anyone that lived here would know immediately how to get somewhere. Everyone else would be slowed down and thereby, held out.
So it did have
So
like
it's
a practical
not a
purpose as well.
maze as such, like specifically, but it's definitely designed to be unnecessarily complex to slow down anyone that's not supposed to be there.
Who is very perceptive?
I just love the questions players ask when they can't play the game.
+3.
Who's good at tracking people? You're not here.
Who's in our time?
Yeah.
Oh, I have that compass actually as well.
You
So
do have
we
compass.
we got to directionally.
As you look at the compass, you see the thing just spinning.
Oh, wonderful.
I do still have paper and charcoal on me as well. Perhaps if someone were to levitate up, they could actually map this out for us.
Well, do we even need to? From the sounds of it, half the walls are low enough we could just stand up on a rock and look at half the city.
It's not what it was.
You could levitate up and just guide us.
Yeah,
Watch us go through.
and get shot out of the sky.
Mm.
I could definitely do that.
Like the walls that are low enough to step over, are they designed that way or are they crumbled down?
No, these are at some point. Well, it's not all of them, but at some points you can see the walls kind of break down to a smaller.
Yeah,
kind of
they've
like
actually
the-
broken down. They've
Yeah,
not been
it's
designed
not
to.
designed.
Just thinking of a super complex maze.
Hmm.
It's
Well,
just trying to fucking
looking
figure
around,
something.
you can imagine that if all these walls were at full height, it would be pretty difficult. Yeah.
The more we talk, the further away they're getting. Are we going to go? Or are we going to go?
Yeah,
back?
we should go.
Okay.
I mean,
Does everyone want to roll some athletics to see how fast you can chase these dudes?
That's such a bad idea. Let's just charge into a mess.
We can see most of the way at the moment.
Sorry, what are you rolling?
Just athletics.
18.
5.
Okay.
11.
26.
Oh,
Nice.
holy mother of God. Dain, you take off at full speed and you manage to catch up to this dude who's just like off in the distance. You're maybe like 10 feet behind him, you're both running.
Can I reach you with my maul?
Yeah.
I'll do so.
Okay, roll a hit.
That is more than 20.
Okay, well that hits, roll damage.
Cool. I will choose to smite.
Cool.
It is 10 physical plus 8 radiant plus 4 physical.
Dain, you guys can see this as he catches up to this dude who turns around and quickens his pace. Dain gets within reach, pulls out his maul, grabs the guy by the cloak, and just and there's this burst of radiant energy as the maul connects with his head, and it goes right through, and there's just this headless body that just falls dead.
Wow.
That was pretty badass.
Yeah.
Back to you guys. So, you've made your plan to split up. Always split the party, always a good idea. And you yourself are trying to find...
I'm trying to get myself over towards the
To see the road.
To see the road, to see if I can get the message.
And you yourself are looking for Throman.
Yeah.
Cool.
No,
I can't do anything until the sun comes up.
Yeah.
So I'm basically at your mercy with whatever light you have.
Essentially,
Right, okay.
you can, in some of the areas where the trees are spaced further apart, there is a slight bit of moonlight. However, most of this forest is quite thick.
Right. We don't know where Throman is, and we don't have much of a window of time for the messenger, so I really want to go to the southern road first. I'm actually going to say just come with me and we can find Throman later on.
Let's do it.
Right.
Yeah, we'll come together.
No need.
I just found Throman.
You all hear wings beating.
Okay. I cast Pass Without Trace.
Nice. So, Shiver hears the sound of beating wings. Immediately, his eyes, you see his pupils just whoop, as he freaks out, and he just swoops his hand. And as Throman walks into the clearing, you just hear his feet fall go from boof, boof, just silently. He's still walking heavily, but he just kind of walks in.
I'm like, okay, Shiver, we stay together. That sounds like a good idea.
Alright. Pass Without Trace affects people around me as well.
Yeah.
So we're
right,
all
so
hidden
all
together.
part of the
Yeah.
Yeah. You do hear wings, however, coming closer.
Alright, so I say to the group,
Dragons
as
on the way
such
back.
as we are, let's head down, let's get a view, we need to find that messenger. Let's go.
Okay.
And I, not sprint off, but at least...
Can you guys make some stealth? Does Pass Without a Trace give bonuses to this?
Yes, it gives plus 10.
Cool.
14. Oh wait, Dex. 14, 16.
24.
Okay, and Throman as well silently moves. You do, however, see, pass overhead, a much smaller creature. Not the dragon. But, you guys know
in the shadow and the night and so on, with the
Yeah.
stars behind it, can we make out anything about it? Is it leathery wings? Is it feathered wings? Is it...
That would be some perception. And Fletch, you can do this as well.
I'm taking the feat observant, by the way, so that gives me a +5 to perception.
Nice.
However, it's passive perception checks, so is this counts as an active one or a passive one?
This will be active, because you're trying to discern what kind of creature it is.
Okay, so
Modified-
passive will be when you make it for me, yeah?
Yeah.
Modified 20.
Ooh.
18.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, you realise, okay, not the dragon. Not a dragon. In fact, not a terrible creature at all. This is a rather large griffin with something in its talons.
Griffin. Wait, there were a bunch of griffins back 100 years ago. They've been relatively rare in this time, is my understanding?
Extremely rare. Essentially,
rare.
at the current time where you find yourself, griffins are reserved as royal, I want to say pets, but for, very hard to find, very hard to breed, very expensive to buy, so only for the lords and ladies, and generally they use them in case of siege to escape themselves.
Okay. I asked Thorman if he had any griffins in Blackwinter.
Bought an egg. Hasn't hatched yet.
Alright, okay, cool. Do you know of anyone else who's got griffins? Who would that be?
Huh.
Or whose would that be?
There is rumour of Asalia in the east possessing a royal griffin.
Asalia in the east. But that's the other side of the continent, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so you have not heard of anyone in this region?
I tried to find them. I thought though it would be a good addition to my castle.
Right.
It's certainly useful. No.
I don't trust this. I think we should stay hidden from it.
Yep, I agree.
Alright. I would like to carry on going around Black Winter to be able to see the South Road, but doing so, trying to keep as much as we can to Shadows Forest and everything else that's going to hide us, and then finding a spot once we're there that keeps us hidden whilst being able to see the road.
Sure.
Is that possible?
Basically, the entrance, the exit that you came out was closer to the south of the forest, so you had actually travelled underground from memory, which is pretty good. So yes, yeah, the edge of the forest is not that far from there, about half an hour's travel.
Excellent.
And because it's night, you get decent cover, and can from here see the high road easily. Yeah.
Okay, good. So Foreman ran the other way. So I want to stay and watch and see if messenger comes.
Cool.
And if / when it does, try and get him before it reaches the castle and bring him out.
So you guys stand and you wait, pass with the trace still in effect, silently behind these trees. Occasionally you'll hear a bird or a scutter.
Mm-hmm.
After a certain amount of time, you can now see this griffin circling the forest, flying lower, lower. Occasionally it will disappear right into the trees, and you kind of see it again. The castle itself, you see no men at the gates as is standard practice when Thromin is in charge. You don't see any archers on the walls either. You can't hear much as what's going on.
Considering how dark it is actually clear if anyone's on the walls anyway?
It's really difficult to tell, but generally you'd be able from this distance to be able to make out at least a couple of figures. It is now coming to about maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, so dawn is not far at all.
So this is all using dark vision, yeah?
Yeah.
He's okay. So to me it's pitch black, isn't it?
You can see the stars twinkling, and you can discern the position of the clouds.
Okay. But no sign of this messenger at all.
Right. The 2 moons are in their new phase, shining down quite brilliantly.
But no sign of this messenger at all.
Well, I mean, how much time are you willing to wait?
Well, I consult the others.
Okay.
How long, I ask from how long would you expect him to take? Like, when would you say that he was definitely not there or was already past?
He says, if I don't make it by dawn, consider me gone.
Dawn. Alright.
Which is about an hour away.
I would like to wait till dawn personally. I know. I want to wait till dawn. I want my wolf. Sit down and growl to myself.
Right. An hour passes and the sun arises. Thromin waits, and as the sun appears above the walls, he hangs his head and whispers that he's sorry. However, you do hear and see a lone figure coming up the south road. And Thromin holds you back. Says, wait.
Okay.
And watches until he gets closer. And then he, it's him.
Okay. Is there anyone on the parapets who might be able to see or anything like that?
Seemingly Knife has not
around?
put up any archers.
Okay.
There were, you do know that there were when you left, but currently there are none.
Yeah. Twitter's not currently around either, is...
Right.
No. Okay. So, what have we got in the way of things to get attention without getting attention drawn to ourselves?
We could create some kind of distraction.
Yeah.
I don't currently have any spells that could assist us.
Nobody suspects the butterfly.
Do you have any kind of illusionary type magic that might help?
Not illusionary, no. Oh wait, illusionary, I'm a gnome. Yes, I do. Alright, so, what I want to do is create an illusion in front of the guy's eyes of like a giant arrow going this way.
Okay.
But from his point of view, it's a giant arrow going this way. From the other point of view, so if anyone is looking down, the other side is camouflaged so it looks like the ground.
Oh, that is sexy. All right. God, that's a good use of that spell. Fantastic. Advantage on your next roll. Yes, you managed to do so.
Brilliant.
As he's walking, he notices that there's no one on the doors, and you see him stop. You see him check his weapons, and you see him stealth. And then he looks up and looks to where you've cast your thing, and he turns, and Thromin's just from behind a tree. He rushes over at great speed. However, at this point, the griffin flies overhead, sees this guy, and swoops down towards him.
I run towards him.
Yeah.
Casting Pass Without Trace on the way.
Yeah. So he starts moving a lot quieter. The griffin, however, lands in between you two. You now see that he's carrying a small child bundled up in rope, and he drops it and stands and stares at you. You see familiar eyes looking
I've just
from
cast
this
Pass Without Trace, you shouldn't be able to see me.
at all.
You can't be seen, you can't be found, except with magical means.
Yes.
It's not invisibility.
Yeah,
No, it's not invisibility.
It's like plus 10 to your stealth rolls.
Yeah, just.
No, it's more than that.
Hold on, I'll look it up. You keep going.
Okay. Yeah, we need a ruling on this.
A veil of shadows silence radiates from you, asking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, you have plus 10 to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked.
Oh,
except by
tracked.
magical means.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
If somebody's looking at you.
Yeah, it's already there. Alright, so that was...
The griffin
Stupid use of a spell!
stands between you, the messenger,
Alright,
stares at you.
alright.
There's a child bound that he's dropped next to him.
Mm-hmm.
But you see familiar eyes looking at you from this griffin.
But I don't recognize the griffin?
No,
I don't recognize... Is there a rider or is it just a griffin?
just a griffin.
Just a griffin. Alright, cool. So, griffin's landed and staring at me.
Yeah.
What do I know about... can I roll nature to get some
Yes.
griffin lore?
Sure.
Did you say he recognized the griffin eyes?
They look familiar.
Nature. There we go. 16.
Oh.
16. So
16
the lore of
for
griffins.
Yeah.
Much more prevalent during the Iron War. Then after that saw that they were highly sought after for military purposes.
Yeah.
Considered quite powerful.
Yeah.
Black trade began.
Yeah.
A lot of eggs were sold and such. But eventually their numbers dwindled to the point where they are very rare and very hard to get hold of.
Right, okay. In terms of interacting with them and, effectively creating not a bond, but certainly a close,
Yeah.
I do what I think I know in order to come across as non-threatening
Yeah.
and, bow whatever it is that you need to do for a crew.
Yeah. Bow would be the correct.
That's halfway there.
If Hagrid taught us anything.
Yes.
So, it kind of nods.
Mm-hmm.
It comes close and it
Thank you.
kind of pushes you.
Mm-hmm.
And then it picks up the child and flies into the forest.
Okay, does it push me in a specific direction or just
It
a kind of
pushes
a
you
nudge
towards the forest.
towards the forest? Alright. So, I grab them, go over to the messenger, help them up.
Yeah.
So, bring them back to Thrummond as well.
So Thrummond high fives him. I love Thrummond.
High fives them or slaps them? Actually, slaps them.
Yeah. You guys make it to the forest undetected.
Okay. So I ask the messenger about this, the fighting bits.
The what?
The fighting bits.
The fighting pits.
Well,
Right.
first of all, I want to actually check that with Thrummond this is the right messenger.
Yeah, Thrummond.
Yeah.
This is.
Okay. So on the way there and following the direction of the griffin, trying to track
Yeah.
that along that way.
Yeah.
I'd like to ask about these fighting bits.
Okay. Very prevalent. A lot of money being traded. Currently, Nyath wants these things for himself. He's offering a lot to all the guards of the fighting pits. He wants to buy all the wolves for himself for military purposes. They're being shifted. They should arrive in a couple of hours.
Arrive here.
Yeah.
How many wolves?
He's trying everyone he can get his hands on. He's paying a high price. He wants them. He wants them for his men. But man, you should see it. It's horrible. The way they treat these things. They chain them, they starve them, they beat them, they turn them from these beautiful creatures into these horrible machines. He looks up at Thrummond. We have to do something about this. We have to. I know of what you speak. It's dark. We have to be the change that we want to see in this world. Can we get a link to
the
like?
SPCA?
Yeah, I was going to say, can we get a link to the SPCA website? Like, little donate to that? That would be great.
Alright.
The griffin you can clearly see has landed in a clearing.
Do I recognize it? Like, I know I recognize the eyes, but
Roll insight.
alright. I know, you're looking. I don't get it. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. I think that's a 13.
Okay. So you glance through the trees, you see the griffin standing there. You turn back to Thrummond and have this conversation. As you turn back, you see standing over the body of this child, bound and gagged, Ark. Right, back to you guys. So,
Sacrifice some children.
you find yourselves in the mazes of Blackstone. If I'm correct, you guys were still theorizing.
I just downed one.
You had just
yeah.
destroyed with a burst of divine energy this guy who's now headless and corpse.
So I've seen this from the back. Can I turn around and follow the other guy?
Sure, roll athletics. Oh, you need a nat 20 to follow this guy.
Okay, I got a nat 18.
No, unfortunately, for him I rolled a nat 20, he is gone.
Those nat 18s, man.
Yeah. Actually, you do, in the distance, you see him scale one of the walls. Terrifyingly, he kind of just jumps and does this, and then he's over the wall and he's gone.
My last roll was a 20 and this one was a 19. Can I try and shoulder barge a crumbly wall?
Yeah.
And catch up?
Are you an
with a nat 20 on his escape, he's gone.
If he's going over a wall, I'm going through a wall. I feel like I have the advantage on
You
this.
only see him just kind of disappear over the top. You need a nat 20 to be able to keep up with a nat 20.
Oh, yeah.
I previously had one. This roll was a 19 and I've got...
If like the speed matches the speed of him going up the wall.
Alright, we're
we should
doing
be
some
able to
physics
charge
calculations. His speed is at 10 meters per second. He's currently towards the
You know
wall.
trigonometry.
it. So, like by the time he reaches the top of the wall, he should reach the
All
bottom
fate,
of the wall.
all fate has seen is just the last bit as he goes over this wall.
Careful, DM make you roll sharp.
Once I did that once.
You did it twice to me.
Well, to you, but you can understand.
Go
It
eat.
sounds like a maths book question. If the Paladin.
Can I just look at the body of the Gadzook?
Yeah, sure.
What have you
Investigation.
got? That is a 18. Yeah, 18.
Cool. So you can't see his head because that's been burst in a brilliant light of divine energy. His body's carrying simple weapons. Quite nice bow, actually. Quite nicely crafted. And a couple of daggers that have hilts that would sell pretty well. Maybe 50 gold, 100 gold each.
We can't bring the head to Heil
No.
anymore.
Boom.
I'm not really interested in loot. I'm more interested in like information about like who these people are or anything like they've got on, or even like what race the person is.
Definitely looks humanoid, from what you can tell. Essentially, the hands will tell you the most.
Yeah.
Humanoid hands, but yeah, rotted, undead
Yeah.
hands. Yeah.
Do they look like they have some kind of climbing or scaling equipment?
They look like they have no equipment. No,
No, do they look like they just like stick to walls?
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
As I'm going, can I thaumaturgy my voice? You're about to run into an army. We just want to talk. Just
To
like,
the guy that goes.
yeah, to the guy. over
Okay,
the wall.
you guys all hear Fate's booming voice. I don't know how you want to do it. That's how I want to say it. Cool.
Sexily is how I want to do
Yeah.
it. How I do everything.
Cool.
Yeah, I want to convince him to not run into the army because I want to know if he's willing to.
I just killed
Okay.
someone in front of him. Does
Yeah.
that impose some
Can,
sort of...
can everyone
Intimidation's a good thing.
can everyone make a deck save, please? I love deck saves.
2.
Modified 1.
21.
Natural one.
Ooh.
No, I lied. 22.
You confused me for a second.
It's not a competition.
Who got under 15?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. No, it's fine. Never mind.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright. The corpse.
Yeah.
I want to cut off one of his hands
Yeah.
and stick it to the wall and see if the hand by itself sticks or not.
It does not by itself.
Oh my god, let's move forward, come on. Clearly, these people are running for a reason, they're not
Yeah.
just running away from us to hide. There's
Am I
something else going
almost to
on
the
here.
wall?
You can make it to the wall. Yeah.
Can I climb the wall?
You can try. It's a 100-foot wall.
I've got second
I'm
story.
pretty sure,
Second story works.
seeing as they were
Yeah,
just standing
okay.
there for us,
I think 100
they
feet's
start
a little bit
running
over
into
this.
they are
Hey, man.
running away from
Yeah,
us.
see the story works, mate.
You're not even here, alright? Back off.
The night starts.
I rolled a 10.
I'm not sure you need to roll for that.
Don't I?
Second story work, isn't that just a bonus to climbing?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a bonus?
Yeah, it just means I don't use any extra movement when I'm climbing. I have a climbing speed.
It's just like you're walking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's cool, ability.
You've got a climbing speed of your walking speed.
and I can jump.
You can
Right.
jump, shoot things, yeah.
Yeah.
But without, you can jump and you can get like up a little bit and then poof.
Okay.
Yeah.
I tried.
Cool.
Sorry,
Alright,
guys.
should we keep moving forward in the direction that the guy who was killed was going?
You want to find out where he was going?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So, if everyone's down for that.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So you guys follow along. Are you moving stealthily at all?
I am.
So after a while, you find yourself deeper to the point where the walls are a lot higher. Arkyan, as you wander, something glints just to your side. As you turn, you see a small child, maybe 8 years old, just kind of watching and smiling.
Fireball. No, I say, Hey, buddy. How are you?
He just kind of smiles and tilts his head.
You're not gonna like throw a bunch of maggots up at us, are you?
His skin from like down here, there's just a crack that starts bleeding just from in the middle of his face. He's still smiling.
In case you are like an apparition made by something to just freak us out, I personally don't mean you harm.
His face opens up and you see all the muscles and veins and blood and teeth and the kind of the flesh kind of shimmers and it just fades back and he's still smiling at you.
It's very scary. I saw way worse things in Knight's dungeons. Don't even bother.
It vanishes. At your words.
Illusion?
That's what I like to call a distraction. Let's keep going.
Exactly.
Cool. Right, as you move closer, are you heading along the outside walls where the guy was, or are you moving closer to the centre?
We're heading the direction that he was heading, yeah?
Yeah, I assume because it's a maze.
Yeah, at this point there's now a couple of paths. You're along the outside perimeter wall, which it's not circular, but certainly curves, and there are a few different ways to go. So,
is there any worn path that we can see, like dust disturbed?
That would be investigation.
Okay.
9.
9.
10 for me.
Oh, so sure that's going to be another 9. No.
20. Yeah.
There we go.
20.
20.
Long time.
It's no one's treated these paths in a long time because this place has been abandoned for years. So it's hard to say. A lot of the grass is regrown and a lot of the vines are back.
These things might not leave marks.
Yeah, they probably just climb the walls and go over the top of those.
Well, if I know anything about mazes, is it generally the thing that you want to find is in the middle of it, right?
Yeah.
So maybe that should be the direction we head.
Mm-hmm.
The thing about a maze is it makes it real hard to find the middle.
Yeah, but I mean, we can for the option is that we're staying by the perimeter wall and staying, circumventing the majority of the maze or heading deeper into the maze. As Bill, is.
Let's go deeper. What's the worst that could happen?
I'll be using my Dwarven affinity for stone to be checking the crumbling walls I could potentially bust through to take the shortcuts.
Sure, well, investigation.
Good choice.
I'm just, the whole time I'm going if possible, but
yeah,
I can roll a roll if you'd like.
Yeah, make a roll. Then I have to decide myself.
How would you like a 5?
How would I like a 5? I like a 5 fine. That's good. Yeah. Walter, at this current place where you are, quite solid. Yeah. Eventually, as you guys wander, you come to a point where these walls have been now broken, but in a horrible kind of way, the stones have just been cracked right apart, as if something's just broken through. There's now a clear, not necessarily tunnel, but path right through the centre of these walls. However, it's just been the bricks themselves have not been broken or anything like that. There's just a very clean line, very clean slice right through.
Someone beat you to it, Dain.
Yeah.
Is it like a wide slice, like human sized? Or like
Goliath size, maybe, slightly larger than a human size.
Okay, and does the crack ascend all the way to the top of the walls?
So it goes. What you can see is it's like a snake through these walls, and it kind of vanishes around.
Oh wow!
So it's right through all this stuff.
Does this look like the kind of openings that may have been caused by a spell that some of us may be familiar with?
Definitely looks like some kind of spell because of the way it's
like a
being
doorway
cut,
spell.
like a doorway or transmutation.
Yeah. Okay.
Zook, you immediately would recognise this as probably a form of transmutation, but a very powerful form of transmutation.
Does it seem to go in a particular direction?
So it goes
out
to the left and it curves, and you can't really see where it goes.
Is it heading into the?
Yeah.
Or is it
follow
heading
it.
out?
Yeah. let's follow that.
Is there a way to tell if this tunnel through these walls, even though it was transmuted, if it was transmuted a while ago, or if this tunnel has essentially been created because we're heading towards it?
No, this looks new because there would be wear and tear on the stones otherwise. So it looks like this is recent.
Right. So we're walking through a maze, running in ghostly visages and trying to follow people, and now a pathway is opened up through the maze for us.
I feel like if we'd killed the Witch King, then those ghostly visages would kind of go away.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
what's your question? Yes.
What's worrying me is there's now a pathway. We're being drawn towards him.
Well, this is a
Is that
recent.
exactly what we're trying to do?
Yes, I would like to meet him in combat.
Yes, this is a recent evil power. Presumably, he could have done this to find this citadel and form himself or hide in him.
But the witch has been here for thousands of years, or hundreds of years.
The story.
And he's now opening a tunnel towards him for us. Does this not feel
I
like
think
a trap
you're
to you?
supposing a lot of things here.
Yeah.
We found a tunnel that's heading in a thing. I mean, they might be able to tell us more about when it was formed with the bricks and stuff, but in terms of leading us towards them, wouldn't it be better to get up one of the dudes to, lead us through it?
Maybe the witch got sick of walking through and around the maze the whole time, so we just made a quick way in. Come on.
Right. If we walk into a trap,
It's a
I
service
won't say
tunnel.
I told you so.
Okay.
Right.
Let's keep heading.
Let's keep heading down the path.
Okay. So yeah, you follow it for quite some time. It kind of snakes around, and the closer you feel you're getting to the center, all of you in the back of your minds just have the sound of a child laughing, faintly and quietly, kind of just echoing through the vistas of your being, just small.
I climb back on Dain's shoulder and pat him on the head and say, "That's the sound of progress."
The closer you get to the center through this path, and as you look back, you can see some of the walls being slowly repaired through transmutation, one at a time behind you.
I'm sorry to have doubted you again.
And you guys hear this laughter intensify, and it sounds like it's no longer a child. It now sounds like it's an older person just laughing and cackling inside your minds.
Too close.
Who told us the story of this place? Was it?
I don't.
Oh, I thought it was one. You guys did a history thing and knew the history of it.
Right, it was a history roll from you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Is there anything to do with children about this place? I'm just curious, really.
Yeah, they say that when the moon hits midnight here, you hear the cackling that drives you mad.
Ah, what's the time?
Midnight.
Can I try something?
Yeah.
Now, you've clearly expressed this as in our heads, but what happens if I stuff my fingers in my ear so I can't hear anything?
Right. It goes away.
Ah. This works, guys! Cool.
Okay. At this, as soon as you say anything at that volume, you see two guys step forward, hooded figures that you recognise as being the ones that were on the walls. Same kind of people, same cloaks at least. They step forward. They both draw swords.
Hello again.
Welcome. Right on time. This way.
Hi, I'm Faye. What's your name?
They call me Death mostly.
Death, where are we going?
Mostly.
What about the other one? Do you have an impressive name?
Mostly.
Yeah, so can't hear this.
He moonlights as
We
a
are
cotton
deaf.
candy manufacturer or something.
You are
Shouting
collectively
to a couple
dead.
of people.
Yep, I'll ask them just wait a second.
Why aren't we killing them?
What's so funny, Death?
The ever-dead king wishes to talk to you.
Okay, everyone needs to wrap their head in cloth or something, maybe. Or just stuff your ears with any...
Can I cast a mage hand and keep one
Yeah.
close with that? So I've got one hand free and one mage hand.
Spectral finger stuck on an area.
You can totally do that.
Can I spark up some Dreamleaf?
Sure.
I want to increase that.
Okay.
Attribute. That seems like it's come in handy very shortly.
Fate pulls out a
Oh. Hallucinations. in
That's-
your
I mean, you might have a problem if you're like sparking up with the
And
middle of a
increasing my
fucking
wisdom, I
haunted
feel like
maze,
that's going to be
bro.
very handy.
Boo, get.
Okay.
Is there such a thing as you can get a bad trip on?
Awesome.
Where you're getting like laughing children's voices in your ears and stuff like that?
I could not think of a worse time to be high. Right. +1 to wisdom, -1 to
Just
intelligence.
the whole episode of everyone just getting real blank.
Just
I'm just like, this shit's freaky, man. I gotta calm down. Just like in the corner.
Cool.
The ever-dead king.
Okay, I'll follow them then. That's
Why
interesting.
does he have such a particular interest in us?
Well, I'm sure he'd love to tell you all about it.
If we don't come?
Then death comes for you.
Are you
Which
talking
otherwise
about
would be
yourself?
They are collectively dead.
Ah.
They're all dead.
Seems quite melodramatic, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll just strike one down if I can.
Okay, roll hit.
That is a
That hits.
24.
So Dain steps forward. Yeah, surprise attack, roll damage.
Cool. How is a not a great swing? 8.
Crack! You hear the breaking of the bolt collarbones as your mace just... Really, I must implore you.
Do these guys look undead?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
He wishes to speak to you, that's all.
I don't know if
I look
he's...
at Dain. Is there any way you're not going to try and smite all these people?
It's highly unlikely.
I thought so.
But I can entertain him if he's this forgiving for this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I vote we follow them and see what this guy's to say.
Yep.
We can always kill them later.
Yeah. Absolutely. More efficient that way, really. Get them all together.
Let's make it all in one spot.
Death is always an option for
Yeah.
people who call themselves death.
Yeah.
What are we going to do today? Kill death!
Okay, as you follow these guys, as they lead you further into the centre, you see that they're leading you to what would be, originally, in this place, the courtyard of whoever owns this place.
The wall's still closing behind us?
Yes. In fact, as you come to the last one, now inside quite an expanse place, a couple of figures stand from like either side. They kind of come from the shadows where you just step, put their hands to the stones, and they start transmuting clothes. You're now in a ring of solid stone wall. The plants and stuff here are very well overgrown, over the walls and such. There are more hooded figures here, but looking around you see that some of these guys are not undead. There's maybe about 5 ones who seemingly are still alive, humans, under command of the ever-dead king, who now steps forward from the shadow. And not in the way that he was in the shadow where he steps forward, but the shadow itself seems to give birth to this as he kind of steps forward. The ever-dead king has black skin, completely black. His hair covers his face. It's kind of like a white shimmering kind of thing. You can kind of just see one eye from behind this matted hair that kind of comes down and covers his face. He does have a hood above that. And you can only really see one of his eyes that kind of just watches and kind of moves around of its own accord quite quickly and kind of scans.
Does it look like a natural
No. No.
The people you said, the humans,
Yeah.
what do they look like? Do they look like they're well kept and want to be there, or are they like...
Right inside? Oh, right inside. Yeah.
2.
2.
I'll do the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's another
13.
You notice that these guys are
9.
chained to the wall.
The
The
white
humans.
ones or all of them?
The humans. Anyone that's not undead is chained to the wall.
Okay, cool.
The ever-dead king takes a few steps. He's maybe... who's the tallest out of you guys? Probably
Between me and you, yeah.
Yeah. So ever-dead king is maybe a foot taller than you.
Is it like,
So like 7 feet.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. His armor is a whole bunch of different plates and such that he's, that he's kind of put together, and has spikes that he's kind of, you assume, made himself, as they are consistent, but the armor itself is not. He's put this armor together. You can see from a lot of different people that you assume he's slam. He just takes a few steps forward. Welcome. Glad you could make it.
I walk forward and bow and say, my liege, glad to be here. And can I start just kind of like casually making my way over to the people? Just
Yeah.
Kind of inching to the side.
His eye actually follows you as you do this, but he seems to be facing the rest of the party. As you get close to the humans, they shake their heads.
Okay, I'll stop where I am.
Cool.
What do you want, foul creature?
Foulest words.
He means gorgeous. He doesn't. He's a cleric. He's a bit confused. I'm sorry. My liege, why have you brought us here? you handsome man, you.
I like this one. You remind me of someone I once knew. Long
I can remind
time
you
ago.
again.
Wow.
Bring back to those old bones.
Flirting with undead,
I flirt
dude.
with everything.
Flirting with undead.
I tried to seduce this shadow, alright?
Yeah, that was great. Yes.
I stripped naked.
You see, the one who wanders, the last to find me, spoke of a group walking with the echoes of time in their wakes. He wished me to bring you here.
Who is
The last
Asa?
one to seek you.
He's talking about Asa.
Is he?
That's the one.
And
How far is he?
Asa has moved to the east.
after you provided him with somewhat of an army, perhaps?
With information. He wished to know things about bringing those back who have fallen.
What did he give you in return for this?
Promise.
A promise from Lord Asa.
No.
What did he want with us? You've brought us here. I'm curious to know. We're very interesting people, but
Yes.
what particularly did he want to know about us?
You're not aware of it, are you?
We're aware of many things.
What brought you here?
The Chaos Orb?
The crack. The effect it's had on this world. You yourself. And you. I can see it. Glowing around you. You don't know what happens when a split that wide opens, consumes entire branches of time. I've been watching the effects it's had on our world. You must go back.
Yeah, it's not like we actually chose to do this. The only thing we're trying to do is to go back.
You say that this was not your doing. How did it come to be?
I
You
said,
must be watching us very closely.
I've been watching the faint glows of the arcane drawing closer to my kingdom.
If we brought ourselves back in time, do you think we would still be here?
I assumed you had business.
If it's a spell you can teach us, then sure.
Oh, you misunderstood. When I said you must go back, I meant you must go back to not existing here. And he draws a weapon. Roll initiative. But before we do that, back to you guys.
He's a cruel man.
Yeah, right. I got a 20, so yeah, that's my roll.
He just rolled that.
Alright. Yeah, you can keep that, yeah. So you find yourself... You find yourself standing next to Ark, who looks, and as soon as your eyes hit his, he glances down, standing next to a bound and gagged child.
Shiver, I'm not very comfortable about this.
Yeah, no one is right now. Oh boy.
Does it look like a child that's been very annoying in his lifetime?
does he look like a 2-year-old child?
Looks like a child.
I love my heavy crossbow.
Okay.
Yep.
The child is crying.
Yep. Of course, naturally. I nod in recognition.
I know.
Thanks.
Are there any preparations that need to be done for this? Is this how is it?
Ark,
You need to lead this. I don't know the preparation for the spell.
I'm glad you're okay.
I'm glad to see you're okay.
It's not
Is
the
anyone
way it
caring about the child right now?
It's what I have to do. It's the only way.
Okay, well. Explain this for a second, because to me it looks like there's a defenseless child.
His eyes fade and he wipes a tear. I know.
I do the same.
Alright, look, I understand you guys get very emotional about your magic, okay? But there's
It's the effects of such a powerful druid spell. There's only one way to reverse it. You need the heart of an innocent and the heart of one who's committed transgressions against the nature of the world. Two hearts from both ends of the spectrum.
what?
It's an ancient magic.
Innocent hearts.
Innocent hearts.
You need one innocent taken or given. You need one heart twisted and evil. Together it makes an magic older than you or I or time, anything.
And you want to pick the heart of that hasn't lived? You want to pick something at the start of its life?
He's an urchin. He won't be missed.
Won't be missed? Won't be missed. Someone who hasn't lived, who hasn't made their mark on the world, won't be missed.
Well, what does he know of this world? For all he knows, this could be all his experience. Everything to him ends here tonight.
So that's what defines innocence, is one who is yet to make any mark on the world.
He falls silent.
And what are you? Are you the evil heart that should be used for this spell? Because once you've committed this spell, you're effectively going to become the ingredient at some point. You understand?
I do. And that's why I'm here. I give you this.
Is there any other way to interpret innocence in this spell? What do you know where the spell comes from and how it was originally created?
The spell itself recently resurfaced. No one was willing to try it. To see if it
I
worked.
wonder why. Right? Hey, should we try the child killer spell? No, I'm not really down for that spell anymore.
You are not even real. You are a walker. A hallowed one. Do you not remember? What's your father's name? And you think back. And there was something there. You knew it. But where did you grow up? And none of the images in your mind are clear. You kind of have these vague impressions.
Can I insight?
Yeah.
I start shaking my head. What are you doing to me, mage? I
Yeah.
raised my crossbow and pointed at him.
What's he doing?
You're not sure. You're really not sure.
Ark doing something to him?
Doesn't look like it.
What are you doing to me, mage? I start to level it at him.
Think back. How far can you remember? A week? A month? You said you stood by Hyleside. When was that? Don't you recall coming here? How do you stand here now?
Nothing.
What is this?
He's a walker.
My
A
memories.
hallowed one.
My memories, they're not solid, Shiver.
The crack in time. He's an anomaly. A broken piece. A shard.
Piece of history.
A shard of time. He never existed. He never existed. You're a walker.
Meaning what?
One.
I'm innocent?
You're neither.
Fine.
An after effect of the rift. Arcane ley lines made flesh. He's not real. He never was.
I turn my crossbow at the child. So my impact cannot be made? Is that what you're saying?
Turn over to him and put a hand on his lowering the crossbow, saying, feeling there, his arm is real.
Yeah.
He is as real as anybody else.
Right.
Whether or not he's taken out of history, a creation, this man is just as real as any other. And he has helped me through the past however long it's been.
Yeah.
Through the past adventures, and he has helped me.
He's an echo.
If I am going to say that this man could live his life and that we should not dismiss him, how can I do this to a child?
You don't have to. I'll do it. He pulls out a dagger.
No.
It's the only way.
Is it?
Yes. Don't you think I've looked? Don't you think I've tried?
Innocence can be found in many forms.
I want to bring your new family back.
Are there any nature roll for... I presume this would be common knowledge, but what sort of pests are there in the forest?
Plenty. Pests.
Like animal-sized things you can use that's got a heart and so on.
Spiders, squirrels.
Squirrels and so on. Yeah. Why can we not use...
Yes. Why can we not use the heart of a creature? I can stalk a lamb if you want innocence.
It's not enough.
What do you mean
I
it's
tried.
not enough?
Of course I tried. That was the first thing. He takes a few steps toward the kid who... he just kind of grabs the kid by the
Alright,
beard.
I pick up the crossbow and I point it straight at his head. I say, I will kill you faster than you kill that child.
We know this is the only way that we know it works, but none of us want to do this.
You think I do? You think this is what I want?
None of us want this.
I'm a trained sniper and I'll shoot you dead if you move that dagger on that child.
He lets go of the child's hand.
We have to find another way out.
Yes, we do.
The sounds of the forest are all you hear as chirping and a couple of flutters of wings around you and the sobs of this child. Back to you guys. Initiative!
Oh, right, yeah.
19. I get -1 on my 20.
Very distracting.
We got nearly finished. Wait, what's the time?
8:30.
Would you guys like to take a break before we continue with this, or are you happy to carry on?
I'll take a break.
Okay, let's take a. We're gonna. On that note, we will take a short, like 5-10 minute break, so we can all refresh our drinks and whatnot. Dave, if I can. Looks like we have a note to read out on our stream, which is always exciting. So we have some new followers, which I'm very happy to announce. We have Bacard, written in Leet speak. With numbers instead of letters. Yeah, nice. Hey, how's it going? And Richard McSundry. Hey, thanks very much for following, guys. We really appreciate it. And we also have a note here. Quotes from chat. All right. Hannibal Chaos. Fate has no chill. That's good. Hotbox the Crypt was another one. And Fletch for President. There's another one.
Save the child.
Thank you, guys. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes to commence with the battle of the ever-dead king.
Hotbox the Crypt, I like it. That should be our motto.
Welcome back to the Black Winter Nights with my lovely people, the Black Winter Nights. Beautiful play on words because one's knights and one's like with the K, so it's very clever. Anyway,
Thought about yourself.
we just want to give a shout out again to our new followers. Thanks very much, guys. We love you. We're now up to 30 followers on the Twitch. And I just want to read out the quotes one more time. Fate has no chill. Hotbox the Crypt and Fletch for President. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Who was who did the Hotbox the Crypt one?
Hannibal Chaos.
Hannibal Chaos.
You're awesome, Hannibal Chaos. I don't know who you are. Can you in the chat just message who you are because we want to give you a shout out at the end because you're awesome.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay, sweet. All right, we'll give you a shout out at the end. So,
trying to find you.
having been brought into the court of the ever-dead king, who says that he has been watching the faint glow of your presence grow closer to him, and through certain methods lured you to his court, where he intends to murder you all. Lovely. So, initiative.
Right. This is how I make all my friends.
There was a 1 there first. Hold on.
Net 20!
Hey.
What a waste!
Just one of the never a waste. Okie dokie. So, 15 to 20.
Yes.
Okay, 15 to 20.
Yeah, it was a 19.
19. Okay, 10 to 15.
11.
Cool. 5 to 10.
8.
Do 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 do, and 0 to 5. Okay, so the ever-dead king. Oh no, you mistook me. I meant to send you back to not exist. And he goes to swing. But however, Fate, you're first in this initiative round. He doesn't get a surprise attack.
Cool.
So, what are you doing?
How far away is he?
From you, 15 feet.
Is anybody of us within range of him?
He's stepping closer, but no, not within melee range.
Cool. Okay. And the other creatures around us, how many are there?
Okay, there are 5 humanoids chained to a wall with
Yeah.
thick manacles, and there are 2 undead ones, the ones who call themselves Death, that you had met
Okay.
and injured.
I would like to, let me know if it's possible, head over to the 5 humanoids. I'd like to use my cunning hands and my main action to pick 2 locks.
Sure. Okay. So as the ever-dead king steps forward, his one eye darting around menacingly, his hood and his hair, and this insane smile on his face as he steps forward to bring his weapon and attack. Fate sees that his eye had been focused on you as you walked towards them, but upon trying to determine which target to attack first, his gaze had shifted. So Fate quietly sees this moment and just kind of over to the side, and roll some sleight of hand to see if you can unpick these locks.
The first one is a 24.
Yep.
And the second one is a 16.
Cool. Roll some stealth as well, please.
Oh, crap. 10.
Okay, so the ever-dead king's eyes do see you as you do this, and one of the locks breaks open.
Mm-hmm.
The other one does not.
Mm-hmm.
The human, as the manacles drop, sees you sees this and just takes off running.
Cool.
Okay, is that all you're doing?
I'd like to get as far away from everything that can hurt me as possible.
Okay, so you're in a ring of solid.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, we're in combat, right?
Yes.
So each round is 6 seconds long.
Yes.
Right.
That's like a that's
That-
probably as much as I can do.
Yeah,
I
that's
think so,
that's
yes.
your main action.
Yeah, nobody's within melee range, are they?
No.
That's all I care about.
Cool, Dain, you're up.
Great. I will. I'll be hesitant. Yeah, protection from evil and good on myself, which is a standard, and then approach right up in his grill.
You get right up in his grill. Cool. You see his face kind of now, his black skin kind of glowing slightly. Yeah. Are you attacking or just getting
I
up?
can't,
Right.
because I cast a spell on myself, so I'm protecting myself, being a bit hesitant, warding him off as I
Okay.
approach.
All right. Wicked. So, Dain is now right up against him, and it's his turn to attack. So, yeah, let's do it. He brings out. He reaches to his hilt, his belt, where he's got quite a few menacing weapons.
Jagged, pointy.
He reaches down, and you see his hand like drift over the mace, the great sword. He reaches right to the back and brings out a small dagger. The dagger itself is made of this black steel with purple inlay of just these horrible little glyphs. And he's going to come at you.
He'll get disadvantage thanks to my protection if he's evil.
His first one is a nat 1. So, there's no much point rolling the second. Eventually, he tries to pull this and stab it at you. But instead, you bat his hand away. He's going to hold on to it, unfortunately. But he's going to pierce... let's see, nat 1.
So Nolia moves.
So, bat that aside, and that's going to be his turn because he rolled on that one. He's too shocked that you managed to stop that effect to do anything else. Arkyan, you're up.
Alright, I move my 30 feet as far away from anything as possible.
Okay.
And I cast a Scorching Ray at him.
Okay, roll that.
So that's 3 rolls. Which is a 20.
Yeah, I have to roll damage.
21. And a 17.
For damage?
No,
Wow.
so those are my
Okay,
3
great.
attack rolls.
Oh, right.
So does a 17 hit?
Does.
Alright, cool. So that's...
Roll damage.
That's 3 scorching rays. Holy crap!
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
brutal.
Yeah.
Alright.
Can I have a calculator, please?
4, 6, 10, 17 points of damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
Do I don't have
17?
my charisma or anything to those, do I?
No. 17, right? 17, not 70?
17.
Okay. Make
Man,
sure.
that's a good spell.
But no, it's awesome.
Yeah, okay. So, pulls the dagger, bit to the side, looks terrified. Arkyan steps forward, raises both hands, and just he holds them up. And you see there's like tendrils of like lightning arcane energy kind of swirl, and you see his eye just like start glowing and humming to the point where he draws this energy. It looks like the orb around his eye, this golden shimmering energy gets pulled to his hands. He points it right at the Everdead King, and you just see there's balls in his hand of energy, and just sends these scorching rays. The Everdead King, whose eyes are fixed on you, is fixed on you, kind of just, his head doesn't move, but his eye turns unnaturally to this, as he just sees, you see scorching rays crash across him. You see like his hair kind of burn, and you see this horrible like burn even on his black skin across his face. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Can you use your scorching rays to draw peanuts on his face?
That's going to be a dance.
No, that's my turn.
Okay, Gorstag, you see a break in the combat. This is where you step forward. What are you doing?
Alright, so the 2 guys who like the henchmen or whatever, do they look like they're engaging in combat as well?
At this point, no.
Okay.
The Everdead King's smile, after taking that damage, widens, seemingly slightly masochistic.
Does it make a difference if it's all fire damage as well? Does he have weakness against that or something?
Oh, he actually has fire resistance.
Oh.
You shouldn't point that out, but sorry, so he actually takes half that. Sorry. Yes,
That
sorry.
sucks. That's gonna be an undead with fire resistance.
Yes.
That's pretty easy.
Well, not just undead.
Already bad to a crisp.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Cool, Gorstag. Yep, Guiding Bolt. So Gorstag pulls out his mace and it starts glowing with divine energy. Roll a hit.
7.
So he points it at the Everted King and just says, Paylor, crush you! As it streaks out, the Everted King takes that dagger that was in his hand, and his eye flicking over here just cuts it in half, the bolt in half as it travels towards him, and it fades away. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Gorstag?
No, I would like to move like towards him, but like behind Dain, but closer to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys in the chat, if you're watching this and we don't have a map out, it's because we don't have a battle cam yet. Please donate so we can buy one. Okay. So you're up.
So much smaller for that.
You're not enjoying this combat?
Exactly. To help improve this combat,
Premium members get to look at our battle map.
Let's get him started.
Yeah, that's true. So in this area, the ceilings are quite high.
About 50-60 feet.
And the circle, is it huge? Is it how close are we all to each other?
So it's about 100 feet.
In diameter? Okay. Cool. And there are still, what, 3 or 4 people chained up?
Four humans still chained. The other one that has... They trying to scale one of the walls.
Okay. And you said that they're, like, handcuffed. Is that chained to something on the floor?
To the wall.
To the wall.
There's been steel affixed to the wall.
Okay, so I want to try out my new spell.
Okay.
But it depends on whether or not the thing that's attached to is like chained to the wall, because I can move the stone around it. So I want to excavate the stone around the thing, binding them to the wall.
You can do that. Because
Okay,
it's literally like a little panel of metal that's been screwed into the wall with a small... And the chain is attached to that.
Awesome. I'll do that on the closest guy for me, and then I will drop my quarterstaff and say to arms, join us.
Nice. Okay, Zook runs to the walls and starts transmuting.
I can go from a little bit of range.
Oh, okay, cool, nice. He raises his hands, and you guys are all like confused because Everted King is right here. Like this is where, and he's like focused over there. And you're not sure what he's doing until you see the stone behind these chains kind of just soften, and it kind of like sinks in like marshmallow into the point, and just kind of like gets eaten away. And the chain that's attached to it, hits the ground, and a couple of these guys move, and they can now see that the chains are freed. Nice.
Awesome.
Anything else you'd like to do?
Cower and Ted.
Then Zook goes to pee his pants. Alright, Fate, back at the top of the initiative.
So all the people are free?
Yeah, well they're unchained. They're still in a circle of stone.
As long as I can move.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. I would...
You notice that Everted King, his eye now is fixed on Fate, even though he's facing you guys.
Okay.
I want to biff my dagger of still life at him.
Okay, roll some damage. So the for those who don't know, the dagger is still life.
DC when I hit a target and it takes damage, they must make a DC 13 Constitution or be frozen in place for the next turn.
Oh, that's awesome.
Maybe. 14?
Does not hit.
Damn it. Can I use my cunning action to undo another guy's
Yes.
things?
Yeah. Okay. So Fate pulls this dagger, and you guys see this glint of blue at the top of the tip of the blade as she pulls it and looses it. However, the Everted King is watching you and catches it in his hand and drops it.
It's a good dagger.
He's not.
This guy's dead.
But
Man.
he
He
is.
uses the dagger like a shield.
You run to the other guys and start undoing some of the manacles. They're very
Cool.
cool.
I have a short sword I'd like to as well. If I
Stab.
Can. No, give it to them.
Right,
Because
yeah,
they're
you can
easy
do
to
that.
arm. So
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I would imagine.
They don't pick it up. They're too terrified. But
Okay.
they see it's there.
It's there.
All right, Dain.
Should try some scrapbook somewhere. I'm going to go big fat maul swing
Nice.
to his clanky chest
Okay.
and
Roll to hit. The maul comes swishing down,
and that's a pretty good roll. It is a 22.
cracks him right in the chest. You can hear the sound of metal on metal, and you can actually see quite a few dents in his armor now. As
So this is going to be a radiant smite again.
okay.
And I get an extra bit of damage if he happens to be undead or a fiend.
Okay.
So does that apply?
He's undead. Yep.
Cool.
He's ever dead. In fact.
D8s.
I should have that.
He's ever dead. Perhaps we should be trying to heal him and bring him back to life.
Maybe. Ever did. But he's been dead too long.
What?
Don't have D8s, yeah, that's right. We're looking for dice. Yeah, I got a couple dice. Actually,
that's a lot of
exactly
dice.
3.
Right, that's a lot of dice.
So I will now roll
Oh shit.
not my best. And Great Weapon
Yeah,
Fighting,
yeah,
reroll that one.
Put that one over there.
And the other one.
I'm not sure if this will count. It's a bit OP if it does.
Yeah, I
That's
don't
not
know.
this thing. Yeah.
Do you need a rubber?
So that's
What
10,
did it
and then 10. So that's a 20.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
cool. All right. I don't even need to calculate for that because it was on the round number. So, Dain, having blocked this attack, seen him catch a dagger, you just time to do some. And this hammer this more right in the chest. You feel it dent the armor, and you feel like some of the spikes dig into his flesh. But beyond that, there's also this burst of like divine rage that you carry within you for something like this creature, and it just like emanates, and there's a white bright light that just goes, and you see his head just go right back. The back of his head actually touches his back, and his head goes, and he snaps back.
Yeah, I'm going to try and keep that head intact.
Okay.
We'll be needing that later.
Is that all you're doing off your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm standing in
The
front of him
Everdead King is pulling that same dagger and is going to try and slash across. That is a 21 to hit.
still. Disadvantage if he's evil.
Oh, far out! That one! Goddamn.
Nice.
Okay.
Are you at disadvantage to hit if your opponent is evil?
Yes.
He casts a spell
That's
himself.
spell.
Protection from evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Nice.
So, he brings the dagger across and it nearly hits, but then he remembers he has disadvantage. And as it comes close to you, you pull them all back, hitting his hand, to which he drops that dagger. Clatters to its side. I think that is... yeah, that's that. Okay, that's all he's going to do for his turn. Arkyan.
Right, so how many of the guys are still chained up?
So, 2 of them are now completely free of their manacles. The other 3 are still chained, but the chain is not attached to anything that's on the ground.
Alright, I look at them and I yell, "Take up arms, you sheep, and hold your fate in your own hands."
Nice, roll persuasion.
7.
They're trying to climb the walls at this point. They're trying to boost each other up to get over these walls. Mainly they're squabbling over who gets to try first.
One more tyrant, you're shouting at what is the
Yeah. Well, perhaps it would get them to actually do something. Alright, in that case I'm going to do a 2nd level magic missile.
Okay.
Right at the Everdead King. There's 44. 11 plus 4. 15.
15.
And that's not fired out this time.
Okay. Magic missile again. Your eye, the orb of energy. Pull it. This time you put both your hands together. Fire it and crosses. You can see it burn him. You can see like little bits of smoke pluming from his shoulder where it hit. Is that all you're doing? Your turn.
Yes.
Then Gorstag, you're up.
I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon,
Okay.
which basically manifests a weapon next to a new king, and I can also attack as well with it.
Yep.
It's a spell. It's a melee spell, so they actually have my spell attack bonus to the attack roll. Cool. That is. That's probably not, that is, no, that's only 11, so that is going to be
That misses, yep.
and that will be my turn.
Okay, Zook, you are up. Currently these guys are terrified, trying to climb the wall, but failing, but at least free for now.
Okay.
Yep.
Big scary man is wearing armor, you said?
Correct.
Does he appear to have armor boots? Can I see, does it look like full?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to cast Grease.
Okay. Nice, yeah.
Right underneath him, on his feet and back behind him, so that Dain is not in it.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
I kind of like Grease.
Okay.
Do you?
Yeah, his feet start sliding.
Okay. He has to make a dex save straight away, I believe. Which
That's
is
13.
exactly what he needed, yeah. So he makes that
Whew.
for now.
That was close. Alright.
Don't make us
He
too
slips
comical.
he slips for a second and pulls himself. He seems to just be, through will, standing fine. Is that all you're doing with your turn?
No, I'm going to move slightly further away from him, and I'm going to yell, "Keep him on the grease."
Okay. You guys all hear Zook's word, "Keep him on the grease!" As Fate, you're up.
I pull out my bow and I take a shot.
Take a shot, okay. So Fate now freed these people who seemingly are just being completely useless and looking after themselves, only turns her attention to the crossbow, looks over at the Everton King, looses an arrow, and
I get a 21.
that hits, sinks right into the shoulder of the Everton King. Roll damage.
Dane's right next to him, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. That helps me. I have 13 damage.
Okay.
Can I cunning action one other guy's handcuffs too? Might as well go through them.
Yep, you sure can. Okay.
What were you taking?
So this arrow actually sinks into the Everdead King's neck, straight through the bolt, and comes out the other side. And, and Dain, you're up.
Cool, I'm out of magic,
Yep.
so I'm just going to go for a plain old maul swing to the gut.
So the more you pull, like out of his armor, it's kind of like wedged in there.
Right.
Swing again, roll to hit.
That is an 18.
That hits, and again just bring it back with as much force and power as you can.
Yep, just hammering away at that.
Yeah.
That is a 15.
Okay. Cool. And again, this time you definitely hear some ribs breaking underneath his armor. But he's now going to multi-attack. So he pulls out a long sword in one hand and he's got that dagger. He uses some of his actions to pick that up. So
Is that the dagger of the dagger that?
No,
fights
his own one.
His own.
Yeah. The ornate one. The symbols on it, right?
If you take
Yeah.
damage, you have to make.
So 15.
Constitutional. Disadvantage though.
Still at disadvantage?
It'll miss. Yeah, it is. It's a 10-minute spell if I concentrate. If I get hit, I might lose it.
So yeah, it's a 15 to hit and the other one definitely doesn't.
AC 16.
Whew, okay. Pulls out his longsword, goes to swing with both. You've got the maul. You kind of just take it, swing it in a circle in your hands, twirl it, and just, yeah.
Learned that from the books.
Nice. Cool, okay. Ark, you're up.
Right, so the grease spell, how many feet does that cover?
4 squares, right? So,
So it's
10,
like
10 by 10?
Oh yeah, sorry, I did full squares.
And I'm guessing grease is not particularly conductive to electricity?
No.
No?
But armor is.
Yeah, I know. Alright, so how far away from him am I?
15, 20 feet.
15, 20 feet. Alright, so I move 15 feet towards him
Yeah.
while staying out of the grease, so
Okay.
next to Dain.
Yeah. Okay. I'll kind of step
And
forward.
I use a shocking grasp.
Okay.
I have advantage because it's against middle armor.
Yep.
So it's 15 and a 16.
Okay. So 15 and a 16?
Yeah.
Both hit. Oh, is it?
That was with advantage, so the 16.
Oh, yeah, 16 hits, yeah.
So that's 1d8. 3 points damage,
Okay.
but he loses his reaction
Okay.
until his next turn.
Okay.
And then I move back
Yep. Nice.
the rest of my movement.
Yep.
And I quicken a spell to do a magic missile.
Okay, so Arkyan takes a few steps forward and immediately just reaches out and touches the side of the Everdead King's armor. And you guys are confused for a second until you see this lightning effect just shimmer through. And the Everdead King, whose eye now rolls back in his head, just... He takes a few steps back and...
And another 11 points damage.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Cool, and what was that with? Magic missile. So it takes a few steps back and just cast this bolt that touches him across his head. You can now see blood like starting to drip from behind his skin. His eye now comes back and is trained on you. Is that all you're doing with your turn? Gorstag, you're up.
At least you bleed.
Cool. So I can use the weapon to attack as a bonus action, so
Yeah.
I'll do that first.
Go for it.
That is a natural 20.
That hurts. Roll double.
Nice.
Roll the damage, double it, and then add the modifier.
Oh Jesus, things going to go good.
Take him out, Gorstag.
So you do one
That's
double.
an 8 plus.
Yeah.
So that's 11 damage.
So you roll double the dice and then add the modifier.
Yeah.
Yep. So 11.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. That hits, and you can see the Dead King is now bleeding from his neck. Zook. If that's all you do.
Oh no, that's just a bonus action.
Oh,
so
right.
it's
That's
still,
your bonus action. You've got spiritual weapon activated.
Yeah.
All right.
And with my non-bonus action, I will cast Guiding Bolt again.
Cool. This fury.
And that one is a 21.
That hurts. This time catches the Everdead King right here. Roll damage.
I'm just going to steal any D6s. 4 and 14 damage.
Oh. So,
Just to check there, so your bonus action is your main melee, is your first.
I know. I cast it as a spiritual weapon last turn, so basically it's just like a. I'm sorry, and there's a bonus action I can move and attack that.
So that's your weapon is moving independently, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
fighting. Yeah.
So the spiritual weapon digs into his side. He kind of doubles over. At which point you bring out your weapon, cut him across the face, and he's doubly hurt. Okay, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. And
Zoop, you're up.
The guys around us haven't done anything. The two
Right.
lackeys, right?
Right.
Okay. In that case, is there like a loose rock or something I can use to cast catapult and fire at Big Bad Man?
There would be.
Excellent. I'm going to do that. So he has to make a dexterity save,
Okay.
which is 13.
So that's less than that, yeah.
Nice. So this is 3d8 damage.
Nice.
Yes, you may.
Wow.
do you need more?
Killed so many things with it.
Mhm.
That's a great. What catapult?
Catapult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pick up a massive boulder and just throw it at something. It just goes.
A small
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah.
The best part is that it's semantics. You just do this. Get him. That's 2 1s and an 8, so 10.
10 points of damage.
Nice.
Okay. As this thing cuts him again, across the face, poof, his head snaps back.
Not the head. We need that.
Oh, sorry.
There's now like thick, like dark blood, like pouring around his eye. Is that all you're doing?
Yes.
Fate, you're up.
So we've deshackled 3 people so far?
No, they're all unshackled, but 2 of them are still attached to their chain.
Oh, right.
They're all trying to get up the wall.
Cool. I'm going to do what I did last time. I crossbow bolt that
Cool.
guy,
Another arrow
aiming not for his head, like
Yeah.
somewhere in the body.
Yeah.
14?
does not hit. Sails. And he, his eye sees this. He gets that dagger and just puts it there without even turning, and the bolt just splits into 2.
Holy crap. I get one of the people and I undo their shackles with him in between me and the guy.
Okay.
Just happens to be that way.
Just stand right there.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
your
how it
turn?
rolls.
Dain, you're up.
Brilliant. I'll take a big fat swing.
The
Yeah,
maul comes loose again and back down.
and try and hit that arm that he blocked the arrow with.
Okay.
And that is another 18.
That hits. Roll damage.
That is still not great. That is a 9.
So, again with force, the arm breaking bones. He's pissed at this point. Is that all you're doing?
Yeah, this
Okay.
is what was my goal.
At this point, his
Does he
eye,
have grease to deal with?
Oh, yeah, at the end
Yeah.
of his turn, he has
End
to
of
make
his
a
turn.
dex save.
Yeah.
so at this point, his eye just flickers with fury, but it fixes upon you.
Mm.
And at this point, he just leans close to you. He goes, and as his mouth opens, he just goes, and a huge 15-foot cone of fire.
Balls.
Is this his reaction?
No, this is his turn.
Oh.
So, Arkyan, Zoop, you're within this cone.
Yeah, I would be as well.
You're
actually.
definitely within this cone. You're within this cone. You two are not. Everyone, please, that's going to go make a Dex saving throw.
18.
4. 7.
Oh, can I use luck on that?
If you want, yeah.
Seeing as I now have luck.
Yay.
Okay.
Ah, is that a feat you took?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
buddy.
a really good one.
16.
Nice.
Anyone that rolled under 15, raise your hand.
Oh,
Okay. So
you
this
get
huge,
three luck rolls.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So
you're
this
right.
this
Yeah,
this
yeah.
torrent
Good
of
choice.
fire emanates from the Everdead King's mouth, whose jaw is now hanging much further lower than it should be able to, and this cone emanates. So 13 points of damage to yourself.
I have fire resistance. I got
Fire damage. Okay, so half that.
So 7 because you round up, right?
Right. So everyone takes 7 points of fire damage. As this fire cone emanates from the Everdead King. He is going to use what's his attack? Multi-attack. Yes, he's going to pull a dagger, and he's going to try and throw it at one of the humans that you guys have released. And it hits easily. So one of these guys gets dug and falls to the ground and is now just bleeding and like trying to tend to the wound. Arkyan, you're up.
Wait, he has to make a dex save.
Oh yes, he does.
13 is the DC.
He rolls a nat 13 and he's got a plus modifier, so unfortunately he stays standing. Arkyan.
The guard that just got hit by the dagger.
Yes.
Does it look like the dagger?
One of the
is-
humans, not one of the guys.
The guy.
Ah,
The
right,
human
he's a
guy.
guy. Yeah, yeah.
Does he look like the dagger is somehow sapping his life force or something like that?
The dagger that he drawn through, no.
Yeah.
Seems to be, yeah.
Just over there.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. I'll do the same thing as last turn, and I'll move in my remaining, or about 10-15 feet towards him.
Yeah.
And do my Shocking Grasp again.
Cool. Roll to hit.
That's a 19.
That hits, roll damage. Again, Arkyan steps forward, puts both hands on the breastplate of the Everdead King.
For 1 point of damage.
That'll show him.
But still loses his reaction.
I think it's like when you like scuff your feet on carpet or whatever.
Ow!
Feel the static electricity burn.
What the hell was that?
Some of his hair kind of stands up a little bit.
I move back and I do another empowered, or another quickened
Okay.
magic missile.
Nice. Again, the eye orb channels into the hands. Kamehameha.
Yeah.
For 10 points damage.
10, okay. Cuts across the Everdead King, who actually stumbles backwards. Touches the blood from his hands. Looks around his eyes. Darting. Is that your turn?
I move back again.
Cool.
If I
Gorstag,
haven't
you're up.
already.
Cool. The guy who got hit by the dagger, he's still alive, right?
Yeah, he's looking pretty rough though.
That's pretty rough. Okay.
Try turning him now.
Mad again.
Repel the unholy beast.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea actually. I will cast Tune Undead.
So do I? Is this? Do I make a save?
Yeah, so it's a. I think it's a wisdom save. Yeah, it's a wisdom save. You need me.
Fails. He rolls a nat 3.
Alright, cool. Assuming the two other guys are undead as well,
Yeah.
it'll affect them because it's any undead who can see me and
Okay.
hear me.
Yeah, sure.
And
So I'll
so
make
they'll
saves.
need to do a wisdom save to throw it. And that basically just means that they
One of them makes it.
they can't take any action apart from moving away from me. Like
Okay.
they, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So the Everdead King, is he doing the same thing?
Yeah.
So he just moves away from you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I suppose you're in front of him.
I'll
So
do
he
a
moves
reaction.
backwards into the grease.
Yeah.
So would I make another dex save? If he's
Moving
through
through it is difficult terrain. If he ends his turn and then he
Then it
makes
makes one, okay.
Yeah.
But
he would be outside the thing once he's used his full movement.
I'm gonna give him a whack while he's running away.
Okay,
though.
yep.
So
Take
which
your
might
opportunity.
break your thing.
Yeah, if any damage.
Okay.
Is that,
Roll the
you
20.
Nice.
Right, roll damage that hits.
You sure? Does Turn Undead not have an area effect element to it?
I think it's like 30,
square.
it's like 30 feet or something.
30
Maybe.
feet,
Yeah.
right, okay.
Alright.
Sorry.
So it's not anything that can hear.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry. Anyone who can hear him sitting in there.
Line of sight 30
Right,
feet.
okay.
That is a 10.
So,
And double the dice.
Double the
so not a 10. Is what it
Enters
is.
the area.
It's
He just got pushed through it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh.
So, Gorstag, at this moment, you just see him wave his hand, and the Everdead King and one of the guards, their eyes just kind of fade and they shake, but then one of them just turns and just starts going. So does the Everdead King. He just kind of turns and starts walking away. However, at this point, Dain brings out his maul and just brings it down. It connects right about here, and you just hear as several vertebrae just splinter and shatter. His head itself just tilts on a very unnatural angle, and it tears through like most of his neck, like exposed windpipe kind of out there, and he just.
I'll tell him, Hyla will have your head.
He's dead.
I feel like he was dead at the start. So
He is now no longer reanimated. He is no longer ever dead.
I want to check out his
So he's
eyes
alive?
straight away.
Sure. Arkyan rashes to the corpse, but however, we're going back to you two before we do anything.
Yeah, that as well, but if it's something
Alright,
that could possibly be bringing him back.
So,
I don't want to get that out of his body straight away.
yeah.
Ark has still got the dagger in his hand.
Yeah, I've still got my crossbow on him.
One hand is now up in the air. We must do this.
It's the only way we currently know, but it does not mean it's right.
I've looked!
This is an innocent life!
I know! I spoke! I spoke with every mage I could find within those walls and beyond. It's too powerful, the magic that brought you. Back there.
Youth is not the only definition of innocence.
Either we find another way or we remain here. You keep accusing me of not having any memories, and yet you want to make this one of my memories. And
He
I'll
looks
not
down.
let that. I'll not let that happen, Ark.
You can see Arkyan processing.
This is not a choice you want to make.
Sorry?
You said you can see Arkyan processing?
Oh, right.
Did I?
Yeah.
Sorry. You can see art processing. Similar name.
If I am there.
You see
I suddenly get very confused.
The sacrifices happened already?
Arc. Sorry.
This is your future.
Yeah. His hand.
Sorcerer? No. Druid.
His dagger hand lowers to his side. And he drops it. It clatters to the ground.
Okay, I lower my crossbow.
He falls to his knees.
I head down towards the child.
Yeah. Who's terrified and crying and bound and gagged.
Okay, I put my safety catch on and step down to Ark. I put my hand on his shoulder. Listen, this is nothing against you or your intention. But we can't take the weight of killing this child. You understand? It doesn't matter which time we came from.
Do you understand? I lost my circle, many of them slain. I lost the only one who could lead us and bring glory back to our names. I tried. I can't do this anymore. I can't lead.
This is too much of a price to pay.
You don't know this child.
I lean down towards the child and use Druidcraft to create a little flower in front of him. Okay. Does it look like the child is injured in any way?
He's got talon marks dug into him.
Okay. So I make soothing noises. It's okay. It's okay. We're
I
sorry.
lean
So
down.
and therefore casting healing word.
Yeah.
And giving him 6 healing points.
You can
trying to
see
get
all
rid
his
of those
wounds
things.
completely heal.
Yeah.
And he kind of is still crying, but less frantic.
And I
Okay.
start untying the binds and so on and so forth.
And Ark is
okay,
just
okay, we'll bring you home. We'll
Ark
bring
is
you
just
home.
like shaking his head. I'm sorry, I
Bring
did
you
what
home
I
to
thought
us.
I had.
I lean over to Shiver and produce a good berry, and I go, chances are he hasn't even given one of those.
Pass that over to the kid as well.
We can
I'm
just
like,
steal
Ark, we need to study the wording of this spell. We
Mm-hmm.
need to look at the arcane runes. We need to look into the history of it. There might be something we're missing. There might be another way.
Destroying ourselves in the process is no way to save people. This is sacrificing one person for another. We can't do this.
It's not just a simple. It's not one spell. It's piercing time. It's teleportation. It is reaching through the ether and undoing a great magic. The only magic that can undo such powerful arcane is the old ways, the oldest.
Of
Life
sacrifice.
pays life, and darkness, the only two forces in the universe.
Ark, I'm told of things that happened to me that have no longer happened to me. I'm told that I lost my tongue. I suffered crazy pain that I don't have now. Is there a way that we can create a loop whereby a death might become a life? Is there a way that we can create a time loop whereby something that might have been taken from time could be given back? Maybe we could take a moment where someone dies here but then returns. Would that be possible? Is it possible to create a loop?
I've talked to the mages about this. Time magic is the most cryptic. The ones who watch over the timelines see with greater wisdom than you and I could ever perceive with. If we take what has happened and change it so that it never occurs, all of this will just replenish itself once more. It's stronger than that. It will not let us bend to its will easily. It wants to rule us. Time is the tree that grows in the heart of every moment. It echoes, like yourself. There is no way around it. You can't
Unless
trick it.
Well, perhaps I already have. My footsteps don't cast any echoes anymore. I'm walking outside of time now. Does that mean I'm outside of these rules? I now have memories that no longer exist. Is that not the definition that the magic wants of innocence?
You shouldn't exist.
Well, then perhaps I hold the key to what innocence. This spell may well define my place as being the place whereby I can walk back into time. If magic has allowed me to be in a time, then perhaps magic will allow me to step out of it, only briefly.
You speak of the void. You speak of the space between the branches of the time tree. Yes, I can send you there. But if you fail, or the spell breaks before we can bring you back, you'd be stuck there forever, wandering in an ethereal, eternal darkness.
I already wander in my own darkness. And I'm already stuck where I am.
Ark turns to you like, can I do this?
This is the better of two evils. I do not want to sacrifice a new comrade, but the other option is just unthinkable.
Shiver, if I went back, what would I have to do to the rest of the party? What would I have to find?
All we know is find the party, get them back. That's all we know. At this
What
point,
would
as
I
you were
have?
saying, if we reset what caused this, time heals itself.
That moment will just grow again.
So if anything, we need to bring people back to the time, the moment when the Chaos Orb was shattered.
Right.
And stop that.
Right. You would step through. You would lose your mind instantly. You may still be able to make choices in that space, but you'd never be the same. I would have to kill you so that you could cross. But once you're there, you exist within the void. You become real outside of time. And if you're stuck there forever, that's what you'd have to be. A black shadow watching the world over and over again for hundreds of thousands of millions of years. Would you really sacrifice yourself if that may come to pass?
You don't know that that's the case. You've not seen this happen before. We're stepping back to save lives. We're stepping back to right wrongs. Who says that time won't recognize that? Who says that the old ways won't recognize the healing intention? We're aiming to fix things, Ark, not destroy them. Fix them. We're trying to repair and save. That's got to be worth something. If it's not, then time is a cruel beast that doesn't deserve its power.
It's true.
My character steps forward and pulls his neck back.
Yeah.
Shiver, give me all the information I need.
Tell them everything I know.
Okay.
Everything that would help.
Okay. Shiver speaks to you of how the party met through the light of Pelor.
Okay.
He tells you about their journeys alongside from an Ashback, when they were simple travellers aiding their swords for the great, power of Elysia, for the good of the world. He tells you of the Druid artifacts, one gifted to each of the 7 circles. He talks of Ninth, the madman who wished to become a demon, and he believed that if he was to slaughter the world, the demons would accept them of his own. He talks of the madness of Ninth and that chattering evil that caused him to summon and capture through any means necessary the Druid artifacts. He speaks of the Chaos Orb and that moment where the party was within Ninth Castle, standing at the very crack between this realm and the Nine Hells. And all that power, the smoke, the very instant, all the feelings that he could relay, all the moments, the people that you would be looking for, the stories, each one of their lives, each one of their intentions. He tries to attune you to the sights that you'd need to see.
Okay, I listen really carefully. And then when I feel that he's received enough information, I walk over and pick up the dagger that Ark dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I put it into Ark's hand, and then I push it against my throat.
I've never seen such noble intentions in a human.
And you may never see them again. And I go...
So immediately, Fletch, you feel the blade travel through, but you feel instead of blood or pain, a void. Your mind itself shatters into 1,000 pieces immediately, as you realise that each step you've taken in this world is being undone. Each blade of grass that was bent beneath your feet now stands reborn. You see how you were constructed. You yourself were actually a culmination, a wave of echoes of all the different lives that were around the crack, and all different moments, all spans of time around the crack in the universe, the crack in time itself. These waves and crashes of echoes of people had formed themselves in a chaotic way and bound together to create the illusion that was Fletch. And you see that none of this had happened. It was simply an old story being replayed on a record. The record would skip, and you would find yourself with Heil, then it would skip again, and you'd find yourself with Shiver. But as you see this happening, you don't only see the echoes of the life that had created you, you see the echoes of all the lives that branch in front of you. As you see timelines in this multi-dimensional, multi-leveled complex of almost ethereal astral trains that carry with them all the powers and all the stories. They dart around and branch out and create new possibilities, new equations, new ways of looking at things. You see lives that build to other lives, and lives that build to the crescendo of life itself. As you stand here, however, you realize that you're no longer a part of that tree. You're the rain that falls upon it. You're the moonlight that shines down and reflects on its branches and its trees and its leaves and its roots. But you can never again step back and be part of that tree. You're now a watcher, outside in the void, eternally. After what you'd assume, although this undoing of your own mind is slowly making you less aware of these precepts, that 1,000 years has passed from your mortal eyes. The ticking clock within you that was bound to your mortal life still is there. Even though it's becoming more faint, you can still experience time. After 1,000 years in this place, of watching all the branches and all the trains, all the lives and everything like that, you start to recognize the patterns within this tree. You start to understand the way it moves. You start to see the vibrations and the lights. And after a long time of being in this void, you find that you can come closer to this tree. And as you do, you attune to what Shiver has told you, and that's what you look for in the patterns of all the lights shifting. And eventually you find the moment. You find Nyath holding that chaos orb. And as he goes to throw it down and activate it, your void hand pierces through, touches the orb, and the orb becomes part of this void realm. As you pull it back, Nyath's hand is empty. You guys, looking over the body of the Everking,
Loot as fast as I can.
roll investigation.
Quick,
go!
I was holding up the head.
I got one. Fuck.
Oh,
Oh, you got one.
One thing I want to do is
Show him how it's done. Show him how it's done.
I'm getting this shit and I'm getting my dagger as
I
well.
want to grab his eye.
Okay, you can rip his eye out of his head.
18.
The world around you starts shaking. The stones break. They don't just break and fall apart, they break into little tiny particles. The world itself is shaking beneath your feet. You feel yourselves, your heart start beating in the same kind of rhythm. You realise that everything that's led you to this moment, like the walls you'd travel through, are now being transmuted, closed. You find yourself in a bubble of time where only one moment exists. You see it, you understand it, but then a bubble starts shifting. Eventually it pops, and you're tumbling through time and space. However, you guys manage to find that you're being drawn towards this point. It's basically like the backdraft of a fire or something like that. Breaking a window on a plane. It pulls you back through this void, and eventually you all find yourself standing in front of Nyath, back in the castle, him looking at an empty hand, and you just see Fletcher's form pierce through the walls and vanish to the void, and that's where we're going to leave tonight's game.
Holy crap!
Welcome back.
High five! High five!
That was
Great game.
Doesn't it
That was good.
head come with me and I'm holding?
Yeah, you've got the everything's head.
Is his eye still moving?
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it's moving on its own accord.
To the DM.
Yeah, I move the eye.
To the DM.
That's going to be
Video.
my other eye.
Okay, thanks very much, guys out there, for you fucking. That's a penis that's been drawn on this one.
That's a penis!
So, thank you guys so much for watching our show, The Black Winter Nights. This episode, if you missed any, will be up on YouTube in about 4 days, and in 3 days, if I've done my maths correctly, it's the other game set in the same continent and now the same time, Elysia and Elysia, the Eyes of Elysia. That's our other game, which I DM, and it's the same world. We would love to thank you guys for coming out tonight. It was a horrible, horrible night. The rain was pouring. Some of these guys actually walked here to be part of the game, which was just amazing. Thank you guys for the brilliant choices you made. And thanks, Fletch, our guest player, for coming along and entering the void. It's been a great pleasure bringing this game to you guys tonight from little old Wellington, New Zealand. Thanks for our followers. We're now up to 30, I believe, on the channel. We really do appreciate that. That really means a lot to us because you guys are lovely and we love you out there. So, for myself, Oliver the Dungeon Master, and the Black Winter Knights, we bid you adieu. Enjoy the rest of your lives.
Until next week.
Remember the battle camp.
Yeah, don't if you want to see the battle game.